Fuck you. Alrighty. I am. I'm not excited. Okay. So here's the thing. I'm going to lay out today for you. What's up, Joseph? Also, hello, Hoop. Obviously, you've been here for a minute. I'm going to lay out the situation for you guys. I'm gonna lay out what kind of perfect storm this day is. So, to start off, I woke up at 4 p.m. because for the past few nights, I've not been falling asleep until 5 a.m. or past it. And yesterday, I had work. So I only got like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. And that's been like a recurring theme. So my body decided that what I needed to do was sleep through my alarms today and just wake up whenever I woke up. So I woke up at 4 p.m., which means I got enough sleep, but it also means I've only been awake for 2 hours. Closer to like an hour and a half, if I'm being honest. The reason that's a problem is because I'm the type of person that needs a few hours to actually like shake all the cobwebs out. I don't know why. I think it's a like a medical thing that I just haven't figured out. But like I am not really functional for the first few hours, right? So, multiple days of horrific sleep and then waking up at a horrible time of day today. On top of that, the Sagat trailer came out, and Sagat looks crunchy as fuck. And I have spent way too much time watching it over the past day and a half because he looks really goddamn cool. And I know I'm not going to actually like the playstyle, but he looks fucking sick. I think, if I'm being honest, Sagat might be what Terry was like supposed to be for me. Where it is a character who is designed to play neutral, who is also actually fun, who I can pick up and fuck with sometimes when I want to. The animations are nuts, Joseph. He is so violent, and it looks so goddamn cool. So, the reason I bring that up is because I spent too much time rewatching the Sagat trailer and almost forgot that I needed to get Omikron set up. So, I had bought Omikron because it was on sale for $2 on Steam, and I was like, I'm gonna see if this works. And it doesn't. The Steam version of Omikron does not work. So with a half hour to spare, I had to scramble like a crazy person to figure out a way to emulate a game, a PC game from fucking like 1996 or whenever this game came out. As it turns out, there is a Dreamcast version of the game, which should not play any different, except that it is natively supported for controller. So I learned that and got that set up, and I believe it's working fine. I haven't actually done it yet, so we'll see. But it should be working. Yeah, the game was on fucking Dreamcast. So I don't know what the differences are between the Dreamcast version and the PC version. But I am curious to see how it turns out. The other upside to I feel like my mic is picking up my fan. The other upside to this being emulated is that I can use save states, because as Zen informed me, I believe, the way that you save in the game is through a limited resource, and you cannot save the game without said limited resource, which I'm already furious just thinking about. So, exactly, Viper. Being able to use save states might save my fucking life. However, the emulator that I'm using, it has save states, but it seems like loading from the save state is kind of weird. So, I'm going to have to figure that out. And I will do that. Either we'll do it live. We'll do it live. I'll either do it today during the stream because I'll have to reload something, or I'll figure it out for next time, in which case I'll have plenty of time to work it out. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Might have a couple veins from popping this time. It's very possible. And the funniest part about it, bar none, the funniest part about it is that when I was looking it up to like see, you know, how to get this to work, naturally you get the stupid like SEO optimized fucking responses on Google. And a lot of them were reviews of the game of people saying like, yeah, the story was actually really cool and I was really like immersed in the world. But like the game not working made it so I couldn't play it, but like I really wanted to. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, there is no fucking way that this is happening again. After Fahrenheit, there is no way in hell that people actually believe that these games are good. But people keep putting out reviews, positive reviews of this shit. So I am excited and scared, and we're going to see exactly what happens, because I have no knowledge of what this game is. I know nothing about this game. And we're going to see what happens. But Sagat looks cool as fuck, so at least we got that. Alright, let's boot it. Let's get booting. So here's the nice, for those of you who are looking to emulate, Redream is extremely nice. It's very simple. If you're looking for Dreamcast, this has been extremely intuitive. I got this set up. Like, none of the emulators that I use are complicated, but a lot of them require extra bullshit. This one is as simple as I can possibly figure. You download it, you get your video and your system settings set up the way you want them, you put the file, the game, you know, you put the ISO in the folder, you tell it where to look, you extract it, and then it works. And that's it. So I am a fan of this, of the simplicity of this so far. Also, I hope that the audio works. I got it set up, but I didn't really... There we go. Okay. Also, it's loud as fuck. Typical Cage fashion, there's good ideas that are executed in the worst way possible. Take the worst execution, you burn it, bury it, and somehow it falls further down and becomes worse. See, that sounds about right. Because the ideas aren't inherently problematic. The issue is that the way that they're implemented is so consistently horrifically bad. And a lot of the time, the problem, like, the ideas then also become bad, but, like, at a basic level, they're not that much of a problem. Kojima ripped this off? It fucking seems like it. This is what Kojima wishes he was. Also, this really is loud as fuck. Tell me if this is coming through my mic, by the way. Oh my god! His gun is so strong! Holy shit! How old is this one? This is his first one. I want to say this is mid-90s, but I don't know that for a fact. Yo, he hit with a double leg? '99 or 2000? Okay. I mean, I'll have to take your word for it, because I don't... Actually, no, I don't. I have a phone. I can just look it up. Omikron. 99. Good call, Hoop. Yo, damn. This dude is a badass. 99 for PC, 2000 for Dreamcast. Okay. So I'm playing the newer version then. Haha, lucky me. Yo, what the fuck is that guy? Oh, and Omikron going crazy style right now. Dude is busting moves the like of which you've never seen. It's actually the other way around this time. Interesting? Yeah. Look how easy this cutscene makes this game. Look how smooth running and shooting look. Get a good look at this because you'll never see that again. Oh boy. What are my options here? Audio. Ooh. This is old enough that there's no, Okay, actually, okay. Okay. Do I leave this in medium? I don't know what I'm getting into with this. Do I leave this in medium? Or do I put it down to easy? Because I don't want to... I want to leave it at, like, the intended experience, you know? But... struggle to even understand the controls. I would recommend easy. Okay. I'm taking Viper's word. Fight camera, side view is fine. This game is so blasphemous, no options. The correct option. It seems that way. Oh, look at that. Oh, baby. Streamer suffering more equals more funny. I mean, also true. But at the same time, streamer being able to play the game for long enough to make content is also more funny, I think. So, I'll take that. Okay, I will just leave that as is. I'll worry about that later. Do not remove your VMU. If you remove your VMU, you die in the real world. True. This definitely seems like that kind of game. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. We're off to an amazing start. Holy cow.
I have many things to tell you, and very little time. My name is Cade. I come from a universe parallel to yours. My world needs your help. You're the only one who can save us. I succeeded in opening a breach between my world and yours. Through your computer, you can enter our world and help us. But in order to do this, you must transfer your soul to my body. Accept. Press any key to say yes. But hurry, there isn't much time.
I accept.
I knew I could count on you. Now, you must concentrate.
200 word essay? Yeah, what the fuck? This is how they open the game? I'm gonna be honest, I did not do it. I was not concentrating. I wasn't reading that. Breaking the fourth wall in the very first cutscene. This is the game of the generation, baby. Game of the year, every year, until the end of fucking time. Yeah, if nothing else, that's very true. If nothing else, David Cage knows how to open a game. Okay, once you cross the breach, you'll be on your own. I'll take over my body when you leave the... Okay, I understand. Leave the what? When I leave the what? You didn't finish your thought.
That's it. You're ready. But remember, once you cross the breach, you're on your own.
I don't know what's happening.
Saving and going back if you get into trouble. You are entering alone.
Remember, this plot amazed David Bowie enough to write a song just for it. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I am prepared for that.
Listen carefully. To begin your investigation.
I'll do my best, Joseph. I promise you I'll do my best. But I am not promising anything.
Before it closes. Oh, and one more thing. Be careful with my body.
See, okay. Like, this idea of being, like, especially for the time, this idea of being, like, you're entering a real world, that your decisions will have consequences that you cannot take back. Like, that's a good idea, man. Like, that concept isn't bad. I like that they're, like, the fourth wall is, you know, off to a rough start, but, like, the idea of being, you know, you are inhabiting the body of somebody that exists in a real world separate from yours for reasons that we'll come to learn, I hope. But, so, like, you know, you have to treat this like it's real life. You can't just takesy-backsy shit. You know, the concept of that is great. But everything else that's happening, the fact that he just dove head first into the breach is fucking me up already. Also, that was a really rough way to start that, with that sheer amount of dialogue. The actual, you know, college application essay being laid on me right then. It's just, whew. Good game. Yeah, I haven't played Into the Breach. I want to. Okay. What? Give me a kiss.
have been the victim of a violent attack. Go home, eat, and rehydrate yourself. If you experience mental disturbances, consult a psychiatrist. Omikron police, thank you for your cooperation.
And he just leaves? Wait, okay, wait, okay, 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 wait. Okay. So, I need to recap. Already, I need to recap. So, I enter his body. I go through the portal to this new world, right? I literally, upon opening the door, a weird slime monster sucks my slime. I pass out on the floor. RoboCop rolls in. He says, "Damn, bro. Looks like you got mugged. Go home and drink some Gatorade." And then leaves. Am I understanding this correctly? Am I missing anything? Correct. Okay. I just needed to make sure. Wow. Oh no, that's right. Morpheus really upset by the fonts. You know, honestly, yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck? It's fine. We'll figure it out later. Alright, so. That was cool as fuck. What? Alright. Okay. So we got the apartment key. Oh, this is a use on examine type of game. Oh no. Rings in my possession. Is that my fucking saves? Open the map. Okay, let's open the map. Don't have the map. Alright. So this is a use on type of thing. It doesn't work. Cool. What does X do? First person camera. Okay. So, examine. Not the key. Not the key. It swaps its space in my inventory when I use it. Okay. Congratulations, you've just acquired the latest Kansu design sneak, the fabulous MK400. Thanks to the latest molecular disassembly technology, the MK400 enables you to transport up to 18 different objects. For more than 18 objects, you can use your virtual locker on the multi-plan to swap objects between your locker and your sneak. Thanks to its exclusive memorizing system, your sneak will memorize any information that you will receive. Attention, for reasons of security, objects using waiver technology cannot be transferred from one sneak to another. What are you talking about? Is that just like information about my backpack? That I already have? Huh? Okay, that's fine. Alright. So, okay. So, alright. So, I need to leap. I feel as though your sneak is your backpack. That is the most confusing naming convention in the fucking world. Why? Why was that their choice? It's like a multi-tool? Okay. So where am I as fast as it sure does. Leap! By pressing action, I'll pick up an object. Once it is in my hand, I can press action again to keep it or cancel to put it down. I've got a computer terminal grafted on my forearm. I can access my inventory by pressing the sneak button. That's so misleading. Are you fucking for real? 3 magic rings. Okay. Radical. Oh god. Oh no. So if I was to look at... Okay. If I was to look at, like, the, if I was to look at the manual for this game and I saw a sneak button, my assumption would be that that's, like, crouch or stealth of some kind, right? Why would they name it that? That just seems like an objectively bad idea. Those are your save currency as well as spent on other things. Okay. Of course, in any other sensible game, yes, of course. So, actually, while we're here, save. So, and then I can just hit load, and it'll just load. Oh, that's not nearly as bad as I was expecting. Okay, never mind. We're fine. I can probably play the game. We're fine. Although, I am... Whee! Huh. Okay. So is this just the city? Yee! That was cool as fuck. Alright. Why is the camera so fucking weird? Hey, baby! Wait a second, come here. There's no reason to do what? Hold on. I don't understand. Excuse me. Motherfucker. Alright, hold on. I gotta talk to this guy. I don't know what to do with this. Okay, so he is straight. That's good to know. Okay. Right. It's Omikron City. Oh, it's a cutscene. Alright. Roll intro, baby! Best thing about the game right here. It seems like it. Ah, here he is. I see. I wonder if I'm gonna get in trouble for this. What's up, Zen? You're just in time. Whoa! Demangel. Yeah, no, we haven't been going for long, buddy. Don't you worry. I mean, you did miss the actual beginning, which is already got me flabbergasted. But we haven't gotten very far yet. Don't you worry. What the fuck is that, dude? What is that? Olivier de Manger? I'm blaming all of you for this. And all of you, actually. Cameras? No, I'm definitely blaming you. They got an ambient sound guy? Hell yeah. I feel like this one's gonna get me in trouble. But we'll see. Oh, I also need to remember to grab that fucking the dancing thing from Fahrenheit. Also, save you a little extra confusion. When you call a taxi, it will move the camera behind the taxi in question. It will look like you're in it, but it's just watching the car move to where it can pick you up, and the camera will go back to your character when it stops. That seems like horror. That seems horrible. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that preemptive, whatever. That preemptive warning. I didn't get a chance to read that. It was too long. I don't know what's going on. All right. Wow, frames. It was a baby. So, okay, so do I have... There we go. Okay. So my apartment is right in front of me. That's good. Nothing in particular? Yeah, I bet. Oh, God, the camera's inverted? Why? First person camera's inverted! No! Why would you do that? It's on the D-pad. What is wrong with you? Alright, so I think it's over here. Omikron. I don't know what to do with this. Fucking A. Fighting game music they have is actually unironically the best worst. It's so awful. You love it so much? Hell yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, let me in, baby. Nope, don't do that. Take a step back. Oh, true. Apartment key. Use. Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. So this is a use on in inventory versus use in the game. I see. Okay. Should I be playing this on my leverless? I feel like I maybe should be. Oh, fuck me. I feel like I maybe should be. Whoa. This place is bonkers. Ring note. Okay, thanks. That's right, I have to select it twice. Let's examine that. Oh my god, why? Alright. The rings of the art appear on the something's path. Only pure spirits can see them. They have two powers. The first is to freeze time. The second is to guide the seeker for... light? Pilgrim's Path. Okay, thank you. For light. In that. Oh, so that tiny little fucking speck of pixels is an L? Are you kidding me? Okay. He who wishes to survive must use them judiciously, for their number is limited. Go fuck yourself. Alright. That's right. I forgot. Tank controls. Huh. What is that? Whoa! Whoa!
For the next 2 years, it should not exceed 29% of all requests for propagation submitted.
What?
Any person having information about the terrorist group known as the Awakened is requested to denounce them to the proper authorities.
Denounce them? So you just go up to a cop and say, yeah, these guys suck. Okay.
Feeling sad and lonely, like life's just not worth living anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, there's Kloop's beer.
Wow!
The very first swig will wake you up. Its inimitable taste will quench your thirst and flood your brain with bubbles of happiness. So don't forget, Kloop's beer, the one beer to have when you're having more than one.
The one beer to have when you're having more than one is actually a crazy line. That goes hard as fuck. I dig that. That one's good. That's good writing. The rest of this, fucking inimitable taste. Shut up.
A drop in productivity for the last cycle in production unit 89. Those responsible confessed to their crimes and were judged guilty of laxity. They were executed today.
Oh my god, wait. Drop in productivity for the last cycle in production unit 89. Those responsible confessed to their crimes and were judged guilty of laxity. They were executed today. What the fuck is going on?
X has announced that the average level of contentment per inhabitant has risen compared to the same period last cycle. This increase is explained by the quality of planning and a stricter control of ideas.
That makes sense. Yeah.
We remind you that if you suspect any person in your surroundings of having nonconformist ideas, it is your duty to denounce them to the thought controllers. Don't make yourself an accomplice to these agitators.
Okay, that one's a little on the nose.
The 5-year Mechadoc production plan was reached by Factory 94218. In order to please our dear leaders, the production team decided unanimously to produce 10% above the established quota.
Fuck yeah, dude. Praise our dear leaders, bro.
Drop in productivity for the last cycle in production unit 80.
Yeah, okay.
The time has come to repent for our sins.
Huh,
In
okay.
fear of the wrath of the Supreme Being. Give your gifts to the Church of the Green Book. Just give us your money, and we'll take care of the rest.
I like that one. I like this guy. I like this guy more.
I think we know what is good for you.
Okay.
Do you want a retinal electroprosthesis? A titanium arm?
Yes.
How about a biomechanical penis implant.
Yes.
There's just one way to go. By Consu Biological Implants. The lowest prices in Omikron and exceptional service. And if there's ever a problem, we replace the defective part in less than 48 hours. On special now. If you buy a cybernetic arm, Consu will give you one free finger. So why wait? Buy Consu. Consu, the implants you never get rid of.
I'm sold. I will say, I'm gonna be so fucking real with you all right now. If I am alive during a time in which cybernetic implants become safe and functional, I will get them. However, given the way that technology is moving, I have a sneaking suspicion that we will have to pay a monthly maintenance fee. We'll have to have a subscription for our robo arms, or else they will turn them off. In which case, I will not get them. But if I can get away with having cybernetic implants that do what I want without fucking with me in any other way, I will be getting them. Only get comically large cyber ears? Fair enough. I would get comically large cyber penis, comically large cyber arms, comically large cyber brain. That's what I will be getting. Of course, if we learned anything from Deus Ex and Cyberpunk, they're awesome, but your body also needs to be acclimated and may outright reject them, and it may also just kill you. Yes. And if it can be done safely, I will do it. I was going to go the ball route, but here's what's funny here in my head. Listen, why not both? ¿Por qué no los dos? To be honest, I'm kind of surprised we don't have that soon. Yeah. Like, okay, here's the thing, right? The idea of the Neuralink, of having, like, a chip in your brain that you can use to access the internet, sounds fucking cool. Like, that is, in all actual honesty, that is the only thing I would really want, is some sort of implant that allows me to interact with the world around me in a way that, like, I can't currently without the use of external technology. If I could have a chip in my brain, or like cyber eyes or something that makes it so that I can GPS and I can like learn things just from looking at them and stuff like that. That sounds fucking awesome. And then I could give myself cyber balls as well, because that would be awesome. Cyber elbows, yeah, hell yeah, dude. Get my girlfriend some cyber knees, because she needs them. We have prosthetics that can actually serve as replacement limbs right now. Not a lot of public cases, but they do exist. Yeah. Right, exactly. Like, the idea of having, replacement for parts of your body that actually, like, communicate with your body in the way that they're supposed to, that make them entirely functional the same way that a human body part is. That's fucking awesome. That sounds perfect. Gonna go the route of that one CEO by drinking the blood of my son and dad or whatever. Yeah, dude. You're going to be the guy who's learning how to live forever. Honestly, that actually sounds baller as fuck. I'd be so down with that. I'm not planning on having any kids. But when my dad is, he's kind of on his way out, if I can just, like, flash freeze all his blood and use it to make myself immortal, like, fuck it, why not? Connect them to your nerve endings. You can actually move them like a real arm and stuff. It's nuts to see. Yeah. So I don't know if I've heard of that, but when I was a kid, I always assumed that that's how prosthetics worked. Like, I didn't know that they didn't work like that, because, like, how do you use them if they don't work like that? The answer is that it's just like a flexible block of metal that, you can walk on because the rest of your leg moves, or something like that. But, like, a prosthetic limb, like a prosthetic arm that you can't control, like, why would that exist? But, like, the idea of finding a way to connect them into your nervous system so you control them just like an arm would be fucking awesome. Twitch just won't work for you. Video won't load on PC, on phone, and Twitch won't even open on PC. Damn. I'm sorry to hear that, Zen. It's the most useless cyber upgrade, cyber dude nips? Maybe. I feel like the most useless cyber upgrade is a cyber upgrade that doesn't do anything more than what you've already got. You know what I mean? Like, if you're getting a cyber, cyber biceps would work because they can make you stronger. But if you just get the bicep and don't get, like, a stronger anything else that actually is required to use the newfound strength in the fucking mecha bicep, then, like, that's pointless. You need to go full arm, not just the bicep. You know what I mean? Like that. I feel like the useless cyber upgrades are going to be the ones that function independently, or that don't function because they are implemented independently of anything else that's required to make them work. You know what I mean? However, cyber dude nips you could do a lot with, because that is providing function to something that is otherwise functionless, right? You could have laser nips. You could give yourself male lactation. You could fucking get nips that shoot flames or twirl around pasties. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. There are a lot of things you can do with dude nips. Cyber love and understanding upgrade. Cyber empathy. Cyber altruism and empathy upgrade. That sounds cool as shit. What I'm waiting for... Okay, so, like, here's the thing, right? I want a brain implant that lets my brain and maybe eyes do cyber shit, right? However, there is a no less than 50% chance, and I say that very generously, that they'll just put a chip in your brain that connects to the pre-existing internet, and it doesn't function any different. It's not like a closed system or anything. It's just like, it just is like a fucking Wi-Fi dongle in your brain, and then they find a way to hack you and you die. Cyber anti-capitalist neurochip. That sounds pretty oxymoronic, I'm sorry to say. I could finally have more than 4 inches. Listen, if your nips are bigger than 4 inches, if your nips are anywhere near 4 inches, you need a reduction, not an increase. And if your penis is only 4 inches, then you just gotta practice, man. You gotta learn how to use it, man. It's not the size, it's the person behind it. It's how you use it. I know from experience. My 1.2 foot long dong does not fit inside most women. I've had to learn how to use it, you know? I've had to learn how to make it work. How to make it the experience, enjoyable for both parties. It took some time. It took some work, it took some effort, it took some learning, some trial and error, you know? LAO, those are National Geographic's true. Real talk, that shit is not small. No. I'm gonna, for everybody in chat who has a penis, I want you to understand that the average, I think, is like 5 inches or something like that. Anything between like 3 and 7 is workable. Love yourself. Love your penis. I don't care how many fingers it takes to give yourself a little Jackie do. All right? If you get bigger than 7, it's a little scary and doesn't work as well as it should. If you get smaller than 3, then I think there are unrelated, non-sexual issues, but I don't know that for a fact. I just believe that to be the case. Anywhere in between, love your little dick, dude. Your little dick, your big dick, your medium dick. Just love that shit. I don't care. Didn't have man appreciation in Omikron stream on my bingo card this year. Listen, I'm doing everything I can to play as little of this as possible. David Cage is definitely a small PP hater. He's got some self-directed rage that comes out as small PP hatred. That's what I think. David Cage goes under the threshold, and it makes him upset because he knows that. David Cage has literally just the tip. There's nothing else there. Does David Cage have kids? Hold on. Does David Cage have kids? David Cage has a son named Quentin de Grutola. That's a crazy name. Quentin provided the motion capture for the characters Jason and Sean Mars in the game Heavy Rain. What? Wait, what? Oh, that's cool. Okay, actually, I didn't know that. That's neat. In that case, artificial insemination. Much funnier to think he's got a monster dong so large it's a burden. You know what? You're actually right. He's got one of those... he's got one of those dicks where, like, if he gets too hard, too much blood leaves the rest of his body and he passes out. Crazy name your kid after a granola bar. I'm gonna name my first kid Chewy. But not for Chewbacca. For the Quaker Oats Chewy granola bars. No, you know, their full name is gonna be Quaker Oats Chewy Granola Bar. Chocolate Chip Edition, because that's the only good one. It's the source of all emotion. He writes his games with a monster dong. It all makes sense. You know what? Actually, when you put it like that, that explains a lot. He pulls it out using, you know, the pulley and lever system that he needs in order to move it. He drops that shit on the desk like the meteor that wiped out the fucking dinosaurs, and it just writes the games. It just does it. That's what I think you're right, Hoop. I think that is most definitely what happens. And depending on what scene he's working on, more or less blood will pass from his brain down to his dong, which will cause different things to be written due to the difference in size, shape, girth, hardness. You know, it change. That's why some scenes are great and some scenes are terrible, because it all depends on how much blood he's willing to give. You know what I mean? Why is my sister named Rose? Well, your mother loved roses. Ah, thanks, Dad. You're welcome, Big League Chew. Hell yeah. You're welcome, surprisingly tasty store-brand barbecue potato chips. Like, think this guy is listening to you? He definitely is. I mean, as I'm understanding it so far, the whole gimmick is that our Lord and Savior El Presidente, whatever the fuck, like, controls thoughts 1984 style. So, like, he's definitely listening to me. And I am so far outside of the preordained trains of thought that are allowed in this universe that he is just like, I am frying circuitry. Like, stuff is he is short-circuiting it like violently right now. But you know what? That's his fault. That's his fault for living in this world of conformity, living in this world of sterility. This is what he gets. It's not my fault that I'm a free thinker. It's not my fault that I'm a mind of a generation, a voice of a generation, all right? I was just born different. There's nothing I can do about it. Born different, built different, live different. You've lost me, it's all right. Lost in the... Yeah, I'm... This is yeah, I'm gabbing right now. I'm what? I'm gibby gabbing right now. This is a side of me that you guys actually have never seen, because this is early morning me. It hasn't been an hour. I know. Listen, this is early morning me. My brain is most functional like 3 to 5 hours after waking up. Before that, non-functional. After that, less functional. Crashing out at 8%. Yeah, no, this is Omikron's fault. You're right, Viper. This has nothing to do with me. This is Omikron's fault.
I know what it's like. Sometimes even I get the hungries.
Yeah, no, not the hungries.
To combat those diet failures that bring my productivity down, 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 I use Chocobat, the energy bar with tungsten hydrogen extract.
I'm sorry, what?
You too can eat like me. Eat Chocobat, the bar that boosts productivity.
It works. Hey, let's go. Welcome to the show, Zen. Yeah, dude, they got the fucking hungries. I get the hungries sometimes, you know? Everybody gets the hungry. Everybody gets the hungries. Tungsten hydrogenic extracts. Hold on. I need to see what the fuck that even means. Tungsten hydrogenic. Hold on. Tungsten hydrogen reaction. Tungsten generally does not react with hydrogen under normal conditions. However, there are specific scenarios where interactions occur, particularly at high temperatures or when hydrogen is introduced in specific forms like steam or in combination with other elements. Okay, what happens? Okay. Oh no. At high temperatures and in the presence of steam, tungsten can react to form tungsten oxide and hydrogen gas. This reaction is used in some industrial processes like hydrogen production. So, what I'm understanding is that eating this chocolate bar, and putting that combination of things in your tummy will cause, when the hydrogen gets aerosolized by the stomach acids, it will cause a massive chemical reaction that does something. What it does, I don't know. But I'm curious what that would do to a human body. Legit can't prepare in the mornings unless you have some damn coffee. Morning sucks to me too. Yeah. Explosion of flavor. You're totally right.
Do you want a...
Yes. Okay.
The 5-year Mecadoc production.
Yep.
If you suspect someone, you...
Okay. We got through all of it. All right. How good is this so far? Well, let me show you. Ha! There you go. Yeah, this is some exciting shit. I am fully... Whoa! Whoa! Oh, she wasn't there. Never mind. Yeah, dude. Wife activated by looking at the head button. Oh, God. Fucking inverted camera. It's a game that was made by developers that was sold in stores to human beings. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, there's a lizard! Hey, little guy. You're very cute. Can I interact with you? Okay. Okay. Hey, lizard. Do you want to get the... Yeah, the camera's inverted. It's fucking terrible. Hey, little guy, you want to grab that for me? Want to grab that? You want to grab that for me, little man? Alright, fine. Yeah, okay, I know. Home computer? You use inverted controls, Viper? Why? Okay, I don't need either of those. So, okay, hold on. So, if we... I don't think I looked at these. Multi-plan notice. Examine. Terminal allows you to store all objects you don't want to keep in your sneak. At any time with the multi-plan terminal, you can transfer objects to and from your sneak. Okay. Kansu stuff. Now I've got my rings. I've got rings in my possession 8. I'm assuming I don't want to leave those in my possession. So we will... Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Boop, boop, boop. Unless I do. No, I do. Okay. Grew up with flight simulators, so I always use inverted cameras. That's crazy. I mean, I understand it because of that, but like, I could never. Ooh, ooh, what's in here? Ooh, Didn't like it that I did that. Can I? Nothing interesting. What do you mean? I want to go in the door. Yeah, the magic rings are the save. It's just a question of whether I want them like in my possession or not, like whether I can lose them. But it looks like yes, they're housed somewhere else. I don't understand either, bro. I'm gonna be real. All right, let's do it. What is this fucking crazy ass lockbox? What is this? Okay, what did I just get? Sleeping pill prescription. Let's examine. For insomnia and trouble sleep. Okay. Gives restful sleep just a few seconds after ingestion. A few seconds? A few seconds after ingestion? Oh my god. Constant medication for life. You got it, Chief. Damn. A few seconds. Always intrigued by Flight Simulator. I am also interested in trying a flight sim. Like, I feel like that would be fun. But all of my experience comes from the fucking free flight in Wii Sports Resort. Police badge? He's a fucking cop? He's a narc? Isn't this the worst flight you've ever seen? Yes. Microsoft Combat Flight Simulator 2 was your jam, but you started on Aces of the Pacific in your dad's old IBM. So I wanted to try Microsoft Flight Sim, but I wanted to try it with a flight sim, like, setup, you know? Alternate title for the game was Flight Simulator. Medkit large, examine. Okay. Police badge, examine. The back says Property Security HQ 7890 Legatee Boulevard. Okay. I can work with that. Not gonna use the medkit right now because I don't need to. What the fuck is this? This is shout. What is this? What am I looking at? What is this fucking fabricator machine? Chemical shower. I can think of better things to do than wash myself. A chemical shower, huh? I don't know if I agree with that. Oh, yeah, please. Please, David. Yes! I'm so happy that they let me piss again, dude. I'm so happy that I could continue pissing. All I want from David Cage games is the ability to piss. That's all I need. What the fuck is this? Dude, what is this apartment? This is crazy. Again, with the absolutely enormous apartments.
Hello, Agent Kale. Choose your difficulty level.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Alright, let's see.
Get ready.
Proves that David Cage games aren't actually hell. The Bible clearly states that hell is damnation without relief. True. These games can end. You can close them. Alright, come on. Come on. Yo, wait, that was fucking sick. Hold on. Yo, beat his ass, brother! It's basically Tekken 2, yeah. That actually wasn't that bad.
Hello, Agent Kale.
Oh, I'm mashing.
Difficulty level.
I figured that you can get a couple of let's check out average. But yeah, I figure it's a pretty lenient buffer system into combo, like Tekken. Okay, never mind. Holy shit. Yeah, this is actually Tekken. Wait, this is actually Tekken. Oh, we got jumps! Yo, damn, he's counter-hitting the fuck out of me. Oh. Okay, so hold back to block. Oh, there's a grab? How does one grab? Don't match, learn the frame data, look up obstacle combos online, join the Discord. Hold on. Optimal Omikron fighting scene combos. Optimal Omikron. Okay. No, I don't want guides and walkthroughs. I want combos! Okay, it's pulling up fucking Omni-Man combos from Mortal Kombat. Gonna need to get well acquainted with this too, because if I remember correctly, anytime you go back to your apartment or maybe even just the lobby when you have a chance to be assaulted by a demon, we'll have to fight them, and if you lose your body. What? What does that mean? This is already where we are off to a confusing start. Get out of the door. All right, so let's go to the cop. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go to Cop City. You must do something else first. What? What must you do? Hate when that happens. Yeah, right. Shit happens to me on the daily. What? What? It's piled white triangular objects in the drawer. Written on them is Central Bank of Omikron 500 Cetics. Must be money. Baller. Can be funny to lose your body because other bodies look hilarious. Wait, there are more bodies? Now I kind of want to lose my body and just see what happens. No, I mustn't. What else is there to do? Yeah. Oh, I need to get the thing out of here, right? Hey, Jesus. There's no reason to do my dick. Ha! Ha! Okay, something's shiny hanging inside, but it's out of reach. Yup. So, do I have anything in here? Damn, I was gonna try to flash my badge at the lizard and make him get it for me. Use on the med kits. Okay. Came with David Cage, give him a middle class worker, $1 million apartment. Yeah, dude, this thing is like 12 rooms. This shit is bonkers. Alright, this is the piss. This is the piss area. I don't know which way I'm going. That's so funny. Think about what? The, hitting the lizard with the police badge? Or did I miss something? Alright, is there anything else in this fucking closet? Giving a working Joe a mansion? Oh, yeah. No, it's like, it's so consistently ridiculous. Okay, there's a combat room. Don't want to do that. Please, please, no, please. I don't, no, please. Oh, God, please. Okay, anything on the table? What? Why does he get so exasperated when I do that? But yeah, I mean, he's just like a random fucking beat cop, from what I understand. Like, why does he have the most expensive apartment you've ever seen in your entire goddamn life? Is there a second door? Wait. Oh, there is. This all connects. I see. He's a player surrogate. It makes sense. True. Oh, hello. Maybe our cop is rich from using his body cam to stream. Dude, that would actually be bonkers. Imagine. Hey, what the? 3 rings, interlaced rings float in the air. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is this? Get the impression I'm the only one who can see them. Why? Why do you get that impression? What? Advice. It says advice. Hey, yo, chat, do I tase him? Okay. Gotta save the game. Hi, Mom. What do you want? Okay. Worry about that later. Okay, so I saved. And now I have a limited number of rings, which is why we're gonna save here. Because I fucking can. The beauties of emulation. Redeem the baton if you want me to beat his ass. Yeah, redeem which weapon you want me to use to subdue this homeless guy. Thanks, cop. Very cool. What did I just get? I didn't even look. Omikron news. Let's examine. Today, Ix announced that he may very soon order a reduction of 10 minutes in legal sleeping time. According to his calculations, this would boost productivity in certain sectors by 1.2%, increase the AHR by 0.8. Why? Why would reducing sleep increase happiness? That doesn't make sense. Ix announced this week in his weekly bulletin that according to his calculations, the average happiness of each inhabitant is higher than for the same period last cycle. This increase is due to quality scheduling and greater thought control. That's good. Welcome back, Joseph. Retro David Caging so far. Well, I fought something. And that was interesting. I also found a pet lizard that I can't interact with, even though there's something in there to interact with. So, I don't know what that's about. Warriors suffered a severe defeat yesterday in Rishev Stadium in the final of the Superclass. Trainer Tazial's team was completely incapable of responding to the power of the mechas. The trainer was imprisoned after the match pending a decision by the managers on the level of his responsibility in this defeat. What? What is happening? Yo! What? Yo, I need a screen grab of that fucking T-pose.
Oh, Kale, I thought I'd never see you again. Where have you been? I haven't heard from you in days.
You know what? I'm gonna go I haven't eaten yet, so I'm gonna go grab a small snack. I'm gonna leave you to look at this. I'm gonna leave you all to just stare at this. That sure is a human face. Honestly, if I'm being totally fair, it actually looks better than I was expecting. I'm just going straight in for it.
Kale, are you sure you feel all right? Do you want me to call a Meditech?
Okay. So I'm assuming this is a very standard cageism of no matter what I pick, it leads me to the same place anyways. Until there are random moments where that doesn't happen, and I get permanently fucked up for it. Why is her mouth perma open? She's primed and ready, bro. What do you mean? She's primed and ready to look you dead in the eyes and drool and then collapse because she's having a seizure. You aren't ready for how bad David Cage wrote women in this game? Oh, I will never be ready. Tell me about the circumstances.
4 days ago, you didn't come home from work. I called your office in security headquarters. They said that you and your partner, Dan, had gone out on an investigation and that they hadn't heard from you. That was all they could tell me.
Okay, this, like, I'm assuming this is just a technological limitation of the time. But the fact that it just keeps going back to like this end keyframe and just staying here, it's too much. What happened next?
They couldn't find you anywhere. You disappeared without a trace. I was sick with worry. I ended up thinking that you'd been arrested by the militia and that they killed you.
Okay, the militia. I'm a police officer.
You're an investigating agent in the Omikron police. You were working on some cases with your partner, Den.
Awesome. Do you know what case?
I don't know anything about your investigations. You never told me about your work. Why don't you go to your office in security headquarters? They're probably still looking for you.
True, that's smart.
Oh, Kale. I'm so glad to have you back.
So glad to be back, babe. Oh, never mind. Bye-bye. Okay. What? I'm so glad to have you back, and then just turns around and walks away. Whoa! Let me leap. Can't just jump on top of Talos like that. I'm not an animal. I can lie down on my own side of the bed like a good boy. Like a good boy! This is happening. And there's no stopping it. Whoa. Yeah, it's the demons! Hold on, I need to pick my controller back up. Oh, alright. Never mind. Ha! Great work, babe. Now it's time for me to go back to work. Didn't waste any fucking time for this. Nah, dude. I got a limited amount of fucking time. I gotta use it smart. I gotta be smart about it. Yeah, okay. Awesome. Now I know there's a feeding hatch, though. So that's good. Something on the floor, though. What is that? No! Ah! God damn it. I hate you. Was ist das? Oh, it's the gun! Give me the gun. Waiver gun? Hell yeah. Give me that. Oh, let me get some unnecessary shit out of my backpack as well. Alright. We don't need that. Probably need those. Alright, let's do it. Whoa! Hey, whoa! What?
You just got back and you're already leaving?
Mm-hmm.
Kale.
Okay. Also. No, you don't. Also. So. He comes home after being gone for days. And she's like, OMG, Kale, you're back. What happened? He goes, I don't know. I have amnesia. I don't remember anything that happened for the past week. And her first thought is, Oh, well, I mean, I can try to tell you, but then after that, I'm gonna go lay down, and then we're gonna fuck, and then you're gonna fall asleep, and then you're gonna leave. Like, you would think she would be more concerned about something like that, unless this happens all the time, but, like, I would imagine not. Seems a little silly to me, not gonna lie. Whoa, whoa. Wowzers. Imagine a predatory that sounds to reverse the genders. Yeah, right? Alright, so security HQ, due south. I don't understand. If your wife doesn't remember you, you don't just jump on her? No. If your wife has amnesia and came home after being missing for days, you take her to the fucking hospital. So I want to make sure I'm actually going the right way. Yes, okay, good. Can't wait for the bad part to start. Listen, I'm pretty sure this whole thing is the bad part. Although the bad part of Fahrenheit was a lot more fun. So, maybe I need the bad part to start. Can I really just, like, not run? I can do this. Until I get caught on something. Gets much worse very soon. Oh boy, okay. Alright, hold on. I got this. Oh yeah, dude. I'm optimizing. Won't take as long as Fahrenheit. I would hope not. Alright, let me in, baby. Your favorite copper has arrived. Boop! Whoa! Yeah, perfect quote from David Cage for the stream. Oh boy. Whoa, hi. Hi there. What's up? What's up, big guy? It was something he said during his trial for sexual harassment overworking his employees. God damn it. Judge me by my work. So true, David. In that case, death penalty. Wow, Jesus Christ. Hi. Same kind of robot's the one that saved my life in the... Saved your life in the alley, my ass! He came up to you and he said, hey bro, you just got fucked up. Go home and drink some Gatorade. And then he left. He didn't do shit. Okay. Well, Hills always be the best place to start the investigation if I can find it. Okay. $6.69, baby. Yeah. Time to continue the process of unlocking everything in CC again with this in the background. Alright, have fun, Joseph. Be prepared to hear some truly violent screams. Speedrun tech. I want to be the purple room. Do these not have, like, numbers? How am I supposed to know which room is which? That's stupid. What's up, bro? Wonder how they managed to train the guards to be so imperturbable. Imperturbable? Intellectual faculty seem to be monopolized for the moment. Wonder how they managed to train the guards to be so imperturbable. Oh, imperturbable. Okay. I thought there was an extra letter there that fucked me up. It's sad when you find out your favorite media creator is a trash person. Yes, of course, Mommy. I'm sorry. What's up, hero? Welcome in. Don't you love it when the bad, creepy French games turn out to be made by an actual bad, creepy French man? Yes. When it's... I mean, I don't love it because I wish he didn't exist, but I would much rather... I would much rather the bad stuff be by the bad people so that everyone knows everything about it is bad.
A ghost. Everybody thought you were dead, Kale. Me more than anyone. To tell you the truth, I'm a little disappointed.
That's not very nice. That's not very nice at all. What do you know about the investigation Dad and I were conducting?
Investigation, you say? The caddies are prostitutes, maybe.
Wait, hold on. I need to hear his voice. It's from imperturbable. No, like the perturb is a word. Imperturbable makes sense. I just misread it and I thought there was an extra T somewhere hiding. So it fucked the whole thing. Qualizar prostitutes, huh?
You and Den are just second-rate cops on the tape, unworthy to wear the uniform. If I were in Commandant Gandar's place, I'd have thrown you off the force years ago.
Why are you such a punk? Why are you such a punk-ass bitch? Haha!
Come on now, get out of my office. You bore me.
You bore me! Face in the game look weird because it's a cube in which they stretch to scan face. That's what I figured. It was something like that. Hold on, I'm just gonna use your computer real quick. Oh, fuck off. Of course I have a reason to use it. What do you mean? I had to figure out what happened to me. Ooh, ooh. Excuse me, brother. Need a pass to open this door? I bet you do, brother. It doesn't work? What do you mean? What do you mean? The office is open. Hey-o. Hey-o. I'm gonna steal this abacus. Oh my god, is there really a fighting game tournament? Or like a fucking Budokai going on? Alright, well I'm assuming this is my office, given that there's my shit in it. Come and test yourself against the finest fighters in Omikron in the famous Sha'armit tournament. Toughest test in Omikron. All gamblers come with their setics to the biggest underground combat tournament in the city. You have nothing to lose but your life, but you can win thousands of setics, so what are you waiting for? To get into the arena, go to the Zam store in Qualizar and ask for a drone battery. Fuck you. You're going in the locker. Alright, is there anything else here that's worth... Anything else here that's worth me looking at right now? Terminal's been deactivated? Which one of you motherfuckers? Alright, give me that. Suspicious looking Droot salad, huh? Yum. Watch this game at 160p makes it so much worse? Well, of course. I don't understand. So, did I just steal from somebody's office, or is it, what the fuck was that? Oh, excuse me. What? What? Bring your sticks and leverless, baby! Alright, and this is the dickhead's office, right? Never mind, this must be Kale's office, of course. Door's locked, yep, okay. So I did actually just go steal that from somebody. I stole somebody's lunch and their flyer. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna be a little motherfucker. I'm gonna save whenever there's a chance for me to save, but I'm gonna keep the rings. You've never seen that happen? It might be either a Dreamcast thing or an emulation thing. Make it small, yum. Little old trunk. Okay. Alright, investigating agent K1669. Yes. Officers against the legatee, pickpocketing, swindling, unexplained series of murders sounds interesting. Body of a certain Maya 121 was found in an alleyway of. I don't know what that says. Use the rings, David Vision. No, fuck David Vision. David can vision up my ass. New victim is the 15th in less than 2 weeks. Oh my god. All the bodies were horribly mutilated and the victims had all disappeared 4 days before their bodies were found. Access denied, but it's my case. What do you mean? Who ate my stuff? I had a sticky note saying, do not eat me. Dude, honestly, it wouldn't be surprising. He'd like that? Probably true. Armed robbery in a sex shop. Certain Azul223 appeared armed with a waiver in the counter of the sex shop located in 2142 Vidar Street, Kalazar. The vendor immediately activated the security system. Mega Guard number 95121 from Patrol 19 appeared 1.371 minutes later and opened fire on the accused, wounding him seriously. He nevertheless managed to make a getaway. The delinquent was immediately listed among the wanted. Okay. Offenses against the legatee. As you can imagine, David is French, so Cage is his superstar fake name. Yeah, his name is like fucking Croissant Baguette or something like that. Grutola, that's right. Yeah, we were looking up whether he had kids earlier, and I saw the Dig Grutola, and I was like, huh, it's interesting. Where the fuck did that come from? And then I saw that it was a pseudonym. Alright. City of Omikron versus Ymir 487. Offenses against the legatee. One of Ymir 487's fellow workers has anonymously declared that in the course of an evening spent in a bar with the accused, he publicly insulted our enlightened leader, legatee Angus Reshev. He is reported to have said Reshev is a bastard. The fact that the accused was drunk at the time is not an extenuating circumstance. He was given a life sentence. Fuck yeah. Tell him what's up. Alright, culprit was caught in the act while prowling through district of Qualazar. Agents Den 415 and Kale 669 questioned Carrie 962 and proceeded to arrest him. Prison was sentenced to be recycled. Recycled? Okay, so me and Den worked that together. That's good. Swindling. Warehouse containing sneaks and contraband items was discovered in Zone 2 of whatever the fuck. The sneaks were marked with a false whatever the fuck symbol as well as a false authorization number. The investigation proved that Loitar 442, bartender in whatever the fuck Zone 52, is guilty. His bar is the heart of sneak smuggling scene. There is an order to arrest him. Attention, all agents are informed that the guilty is dangerous and probably armed. Okay. So why do I care about any of this? Of course he would have a pen name like every great writer in history. So true. I'm gonna put the suspicious... No, I'm gonna hold on to it. Let's see. So, okay. Computer display of wanted person, nothing very interesting. Awesome. What the fuck am I doing? Please let me. Please let me. Alright, so like actually though, what am I doing? Let's go into the elevator. Beep boop!
Agent Investigator Cal 669. Report to Captain Leah's office immediately. The captain is expecting you.
You got it, you terrible monster. What the fuck was that? That was not a person. That was a scary, scary creature. Ventilator room. Captain Leah's office. Alright. Exactly. Alright, is this the ventilator room or is this the captain's office? That's nothing. Okay, that's fine. Is this something? No, that's just a wall. Okay, I'm guessing I have to go over here, question mark? Hello? I don't want to leave them alone. Hello, Mr. Mecha Man. Rather stay away from those characters? You got it, Chief. What just opened? Can I just sneak behind it? No, I guess not. Can I go around it to the door? Oh, there we go, okay. Ah, camera, why? Face stretched on Cuban, that's what you get. There are worse ones, as you will soon see. Okay.
Agent
I'm looking
Kale,
forward to it.
669. I expect an explanation for your disappearance.
I expect an explanation for your face.
Do you take me for a fool, Agent Kale?
Yes. Android 19 looking ass. Yeah, a little bit, right?
Surely you must have some idea of what happened.
Well, no, I actually don't. That's why I just said I don't.
You've been taken off the case. Commandant Gander himself gave the order.
But for why, though? Den's death? When did Den die? How do we know he died? He's not. How do we know he's dead? What? Okay, whatever.
No doubt the Commandant has his reasons, and it is not your place to question them.
True, so
You're
true.
here to obey orders, and not to conduct your personal investigations.
So true, best of you, right?
That's enough. I won't hide from you that you are the subject of considerable suspicion in this affair.
I feel like that's something you
There's
should
no
hide.
question of you continuing the investigation until the matter has been explained.
There's no question of you continuing the investigation until the matter has been explained. I feel like that means I should do it.
Your inability to provide a coherent explanation for your disappearance works against you.
That's fair. I will give you that.
I've decided to give you another case. Go and interrogate this prisoner, and let me have your report as soon as you've finished. You'll find all the information you need in the folder,
Okay.
along with your mission orders to get into the cell. Dismissed.
Baller. Very well. Give me that folder. Yum. Jen's apartment key? Hello? Alright. Excuse me, Captain. That wouldn't be very wise. But I want it! I want it! Ooh, 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 ooh. Alright, let's take a look. Virus Captain Leah, investigate Agent Kale has been authorized access to detention cells to... Okay, cool. Detention dossier. Element Jenna... I don't know. Is suspected of belonging to the terrorist sect The Awakened and having acted on their behalf on sabotage in the Zone 4 Weather Center. The accused's name and sneak number were found on the multiplane terminal of the leader of the attack, a certain Carl 364, shot by mechas during his arrest. The ZW-04 Deca gun was found in the accused's apartment at 524 Gainan Street. Being held in detention, intense cross-examination has been recommended in order to determine whether or not she's an active member of the Awakened. All right. Awesome. That's a great looking apartment key. All right. So now let's go to detention and let's see what's up. I have a feeling I'm going to talk to her and she nothing interesting. Use the fucking elevator. I hate you. God damn it. Detention cells. At least the elevator's pretty fast, right? Hello! Salut!
Can I see your orders?
You sure can, brother. Hey there.
Very well. Everything is in order. I'll lead you to the prisoner.
Thank
Follow
you,
me.
Mr. Moustache. Wait, hold on. Before you do that, I'm going to just take that. I'm just going to yoink that real quick. We're just going to... Do you know how David Cage got David Bowie on board? Lied viciously directly to his face. Okay, you know what? Actually, I like the look of you so far. I like the cut of your jib. Can you confirm your name, age, and occupation?
My name is Jenna.
Okay, it is Jenna.
712. I'm 24 cycles old. I'm a cargo pilot. I transport merchandise.
David Bowie read the lore and
Detective
world building of
Trust.
this game and was like, this is so good, I'm gonna make all the music for this game for free. Hell yeah, brother.
I was at work as usual. I was transporting spare slider parts to Lahore. My logbook proves it.
Okay. He was only supposed to make one song at first, but he decided to make the entire OST. That's my fucking goat right there.
I met him once. I know almost nothing
That's
about him.
that is something that I feel like should not have happened.
It was a while ago.
I feel like that really should not have
I came in
happened.
for a drink after work, and he started to chat me up. I must have given him my name just to be left in peace. Maybe he kept it on his multi-plan.
So true. I bet you're right.
I don't know how he got it, but I didn't give it to him. You'd be surprised what lengths a man can go to just to get a woman's number.
I unfortunately would not.
No, I don't imagine it's the type of thing he tells complete
That's probably what
strangers.
killed him. I wouldn't be surprised.
Are you going to condemn me?
No, I think you're innocent. I'm just gonna be the worst cop I can possibly be. Wait, is this the way out? Or is it the way out the other way? Got save rings, you know what that means. Boop. Wait, can I just save with that? Hold on, if I move this. Oh, I can control with this. Nice, okay. Whee! Forgot I could do that. There is a fast forward button. I should have used that before. I kind of want to feel the pain, if I'm being honest. I want to feel all of it. Whoa!
Hello, Kale? Can we have lunch together today?
Absolutely not. Yeah, what a cheater. Yeah, right? Good idea.
Meet me at the restaurant in Tahira Street. Hurry up. I'll be waiting.
Hell yeah, we're gonna go have sex in a restaurant. Because you're my wife. Now I'm a cop. Okay. Need the full experience. See, that's what I'm saying. Is like I do kind of legitimately want to like, aside from the saving, because I want to be able to actually play this fucking game. Aside from that, I do want to. I don't want to like fuck with anything. Frames. All right, let's get a look at the map. Restaurant Tahira Street. Okay. So if we go, there we go. That's better. Just kidding. I can't handle it. Whoa, Jesus Christ. I use too many frames. It doesn't know what to do. And we both know you don't want to go to jail for the criminal crime of not sexing your cop husband. Exactly. Whee! Whoa, AK. No turning. No turning in fast forward mode. You got it. Sorry. There we go. At this point, I don't think David Cage disrespects women. I think he just doesn't understand humans. You know, honestly, like, part of me finds it hard to believe that he's not just, like, a weird, gross misogynist. But at the same time, I would fully believe that it does actually come from a place of him having no concept of understanding at all. Like, in general. I feel like the game's trying to catch up the frames that I skipped. Oh wait, no, that's her. She's wearing white, that's how you know, because she's pure and beautiful.
I'm glad you could make it. I ordered your favorite dish.
Bet.
Eat it before it gets cold.
Yum, 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 yum.
So, did you find out anything about what happened to you?
Yeah, I found out my partner's dead.
What about Dan? Did you see him?
Den is dead, apparently. Tell us, do you believe in demons?
Devils killed by demons. That's absurd. Demons don't exist.
Where did this... Wait, how did we jump to the demons are involved? Also, I can't with that. I've already fought a demon.
You seem so strange since you came along. It's as if you're not the same Kale I used to know.
Not the same Kale that I used to know. The same Kale. I'm not the same man, tell us.
So, what happened about the murders?
She's just not interested in me being very, like, upfront about the fact that I'm literally a different soul inhabiting this body. That's fine. So you didn't choose the dialogue option, the only order they were expected. You stupidly fell for the illusion of choice. That is so true, Hero. You're so right. I think I've become suspect number one.
They suspect you of killing Dan? That's impossible. You couldn't have done that. You have to prove your innocence.
You know what? I wasn't going to. Initially, I wasn't planning on it. But now that you've said that, you've convinced me.
Looks like there are people who don't want you to know what happened on the night you disappeared.
If you give up on this game and decide to not finish it, I want you to at least look up the final boss. So much more dumb than you can imagine. Okay.
Before you disappeared,
We'll see how this goes. I'll see what I can do. Oh my god, no, I don't need to do that. I don't need to start over from scratch.
you already know too much.
Right? Just right back to eating, man. I'm trying to have a heartfelt conversation here. Beep boop.
Agent Kale 669, come in.
Why are you holding your fucking wrist pad like you're trying to get a good dick pic? Why are you doing that? Why is everybody doing that? Body shaming the sham staking waifu? I know, I'm sorry.
There's a holdup going on in the supermarket in your sector. 8 armed robbers have been
8?
There may be hostages. Go immediately to 816 Zodiac Street. Reinforcements are on the way. Over.
There's a holdup in progress.
Tell us. You gave it to me before you disappeared. You said it would protect me.
What is his perspective? That's what dude, like, I know that it's mounted on their wrists, but, like, they're literally just not moving their arms and looking down at it. Like, it's so fucking weird. It's so weird and uncomfortable. Talos' talisman? I thought it was mine. Because I gave it to her. Alright. Hold on. Whoops. Hold on. Hero, you're right. Next dialogue, let me try it. Let's examine this. Wow, that's amazing. Use. Doesn't work. That's a shame. Woo! Alright, let's see. Dude, that's on the other side of the fucking world! Why? I hate this. Wee! 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 Now let's check the map. Alright, let's see what happens if I just keep holding forward. Okay, now where are we? Okay, so we want to go this way. Whee! There's the gun shop, alright. Okay, so it's right around the corner up here. Whee! Alright. And then we go here and go whee! I have almost no energy left, but I recuperate my strength first? What are you talking about? What do you mean? What are you, what? Wait, what the wait, what the fuck is that? I saw that little, like, energy bar. What was that? Oh, damn. What? Why? I can't. What? What? Yeah. This is the worst. Oh, I can just hold it. Okay, that's good. Okay. All right. So we're off to a good start. Who? What? He? What? Huh? Huh? Come here, motherfucker. Okay, yeah. Nope. Did I get them all? Did I? Am I? What? Okay, hold on. Huh? 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 Okay, it doesn't want me to go over there. Now imagine this, KO. This sequence stretched in a giant factory full of very difficult enemies on a 10-minute timer. Ooh, baby. I'm probably not going to make it. I don't think I'm going to make it. Did I finish it? Like, did I get everybody? I don't understand. Someone's gonna get shot today. Someone's about to get fucking pew-pewed. Alright? Wait, I can hurt myself with my own gun? Are you fucking kidding me? What? Are you being so super for cereal right now? I can walk through the fire though, that's fine. Well, yeah, no, I'm surviving right now, but this is bad. This is really, really bad. But this could be worse. And we'll see how long it takes for me to break. What am I doing? Exactly. What is the objective here, gentlemen? Because I seem to have completed everything that I needed to. Why? What? Huh, what? Wait, motherfucker? Are you for real? Is that? I would have thought that would be everybody. Needs friendly fire, but it's a single player game. Please call in the think tank. Nobody goes home until we find a solution. Okay, I don't care that it's impossible to get out because this should be over. Omikron. Jump. Am I supposed to, like, interact with shit? Like, what am I... I'm so confused. Objective for these is usually progress far enough to kill everyone and reach the end, but I don't remember where to go. I see. Because this is the only way that's actually forward. But as far as I can tell, there's no way to go through any of this. Which is why I'm confused. Because, like, if I got everybody... Jesus Lord. Oh my God. Hoo-ah! Okay, well, I made it up there, but it clearly does not want me to actually go. I know the door doesn't work. Shut up. So I'm assuming I'm supposed to be, like, jumping on something to, like, get over something else, but I just don't know what, because nothing that I'm interacting with is letting me do that. Like, I can't go around this. I can't go around these. There's a medkit over there, though, so I'm definitely supposed to be able to get there. But it wouldn't let me go in the area where that was. Like, over this way, it wouldn't let me do it? There's also the possibility that it just glitched out somewhere and can't be completed, needs to be restarted. True. You make a very good point. Because, like, there's a med kit on the floor right there. I'm definitely supposed to be able to get over there. But I cannot. What if I just do... I didn't do it. Alright. How to get through... Grocery store robbery Omikron. Okay. Yeah, well, this isn't fucking working. I have no interest in sitting here and dealing with this. Okay. It's gonna be fun later where it's 10 times more confusing. Yeah, I would imagine. Alright, so hold on. So, before I keep actually looking at that. So we had a guy who was like fucking throwing himself through boxes and shit. But like somebody came bursting out of one of these, I think. But I can't seem to figure out which one. So I feel like you might be right in that this just like something broke. So yeah, that doesn't do anything. Honestly, not playing this with a guide should be legally considered torture. Well, in that case, I'm going to try. I'm going to try to not look anything up. And we're going to see. Because I didn't get any actual information out of it. I looked at it for like 2 seconds. Alright, you know what? Here's what I actually need. I need a break. I'll come back to this with fresh eyes in a few minutes. But this is going to kill me. So, I'll be back in a few. Okay. Let's see if we can figure this out. Because if I can't figure this out, we're going to have some problems. Mainly being that I'm going to stop playing the game. Because, like, part of me feels like I might have done it too fast or something, but I don't believe that. No, I save stated before doing the interrogation, or after, something like that. Because I want to try to, like, save state only when I have the actual opportunity to save. I want to try to get the experience just without the, you know, limitations of having the resources to save, which is still such an insane thing to say. And then, you know, like, when I'm ending stream, I'll throw a save state regardless, but yeah, I mean, hey, listen, I want to get the experience, man. I want to understand what this game really offers. All right, let's see what happens.
The regeneration beam is already doing its work. Take a medikit as soon as possible. Strength will return.
Perfect. All right. So, now that we have free reign to look around, apparently. How the fuck did that guy get in here? The door was busted. That was the whole point. That's so... Okay, wait. Hold on. Hold on. This is... Let me guess. Yep, I'm out of here. Fuck that. Ooh. So it was a setup. Very curious. Oh, sorry, there's no reason to do that. Okay, my bad. What's up, man? Did I just steal his money? Yeah, that sounds great. Don't remember if that's Tria's failure or not, but I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, it looked like it did what it was supposed to. So now let's go to Jenna's apartment. Didn't mean to do that. Alright, so Jenna's apartment is this way. Whee! Okay, and then we go like this. We go like this, I believe. Don't remember, yeah, no, I think, I'm pretty sure I got away with it, okay. I don't actually want to go to the gun store right now, as much as that may surprise you. I am not facing the right direction. Okay, so it's down the street this way. Yeah, give me that camera back, please. Ba-ba-beep-boo-boo. Alright, right across the street. Perfect. Whee! Alright. Excusez-moi, mademoiselle. Yeah, I know the elevator panel's to my right. God fucking damn it, get in the elevator. Jen's apartment key. Okay. There is a run button somewhere? I don't believe you. I've pressed every button. Jesus, now I'm just throwing shit all over the place. Alright. This doesn't look like... What is this? Apartment. Chocolat bar, yes! My tungsten and hydrogen! Finally! Let's read the news, shall we? Yesterday, the 4th hour bomb exploded in front of Zone 7 HQ. The explosion caused extensive damage, but fortunately there were no victims. Sect of the Awakened claimed responsibility for this terrorist act. Once again, they are using violence to disturb the happiness of Omikron citizens with their seditious ideas. Blah, blah. Ministry for Literature has announced the publication of a magnificent work devoted to the exemplary life of our beloved legatee, Angus Reshev. This book, biography of the enlightened guide, retraces the steps of our leader and shepherd who has devoted his life to the happiness of his fellow citizens. Same. Yesterday evening, the Giants won a massive home victory over the Jinpans with a score of 45-2. The match was described as manly but fair. Hell yeah, bro. Oh yeah, give me that fucking tungsten. I need that tungsten. Alright, what's this? Remember from the Best Friends playthrough, but something like select or something ultra weird. Oh! Well, if it's select, then that's a problem, because that's my fast forward button. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't think I need that. So that would actually be extremely funny if that was the case, because that is my run button as well. It's just my run button is better. Take a nap in her bed. Nothing interesting. Disagree. Sniff the sheets, you freak. It's locked? Okay. Well, that's what the key is for. Oh. Not putting my hands down there. Hey, what's this underneath? Small key, baby. I knew it was worth trying to take a piss. I knew taking a piss was worth it. Alright, give me that. Steal your money. Steal your health kit. Jenna's note. Anything else? Yummy, yummy. Guess fast forward is the same thing. It will probably be required to make long jumps, though. We'll see what happens. Says from light comes. That's hot. No, I don't know. That seems, that's not helpful in any capacity. Here's her weird fabricator shower thing. Are we sure there's nothing under the bed? There's nothing else over here worth looking at? Alright. Thank you. Excusez-moi. Nothing special. Oui. Mademoiselle. Alright, get me the fuck out of here. Oui, mademoiselle. Croissant. Okay, I don't think I need to go through another one. I'm pretty sure that was her whole apartment, so we're gonna just go. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Alright, so let's go back to HQ, I think. Right, and then... Or not. What's bar zone 52? Let's go find out. Whee! Also, why are there long jumps? Why is that a thing that happens in this game? Whee! What? Which one's the door? Okay, there we go. Platforming will happen. If platforming happens, that might be when I quit this game. That might be the end of it. God damn it. What is this? Investigating Agent Kale 669. I have orders to arrest Lothar 442. You better follow me without causing any trouble. Are you fucking for real?
The regeneration beam is already doing its work. You'll be all right. Take a medikit as soon as possible.
Huh? Not only did I not learn anything from last time, but I got killed before I even got a chance to know what the fuck was going on. So, okay, so I fucked that up and he just bounced. So there's actually just nothing I can do now? Oh, wait, hold on. More importantly. No, you're not. Don't lie to me, Kale. Don't fucking lie to me. Don't you lie to me, you son of a bitch. Yeah, no, there was no getting out of that for me. Not a chance. Alright, well. There's a fucked up mission. Shoo! Woo! Alright, anything else to do? My apartment, Jenna's apartment, access to Qualazar, Security HQ. Alright, looks like Security HQ it is. Whee! I think. I'm just gonna pick a direction and go. Wait, what the fuck? Where am I going? Wait. That's an incredibly unfair and difficult scenario to get through. Oh, yeah. No, that shit made no sense. Okay, so I went to a different area. I don't want to be here. Whee! Think Twitch is fixed. You can finally watch 1080p with no delay. Hey, let's go. I'm happy to hear that, son. Okay, yep. So we do this and we go wee! Woo! Yes, I was indeed in a tunnel. I accidentally zip-zapped through a large tunnel. Supposed to enjoy the massive open world, not on my watch. Okay, I think this is the right direction, so we're gonna just... Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, I can't turn when I do this, or else I get fucked up. So, okay, immediately behind me. Wait a second. That's the fountain. What is this? What are you? I don't understand. I don't understand either. That's why I want you to look at it. Nothing interesting. I disagree. David Cage overworked people 90 hours a week for this, and you're just speeding through it. And I will gladly continue to do so. Alright, let me in there. Let me in there. Yeah, that's right. You know what's up. I don't need no fucking key card anymore. Alright, let's go to Commandant Gandalander's office. We're gonna give him what for, alright? Yeah, what's up, guys? But I want an entry. I need to entry. So don't point those stupid fucking fake-ass guns at me. Are you kidding me? Alright, there's nothing else to do. I do wonder what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing, though. Let's go to the detention cells again and see. Yeah, what's up, bro? Why are you looking at me like that? I don't understand. Talk to the man. Oh, that's right. I gotta make my report. Of course. Do I have to go to my office, or do I have to go back up to the fucking captain, or whatever she is? Let's assume we have to go to the captain's office, and then we'll go from there. What the fuck is this? Don't know if you're glad or sad you've missed this. Okay, so here's the thing, Cursive. Appallingly, it actually hasn't been that terrible so far. Like, it has not been good, but it hasn't been that bad. But we're getting there. That's true, actually. You did miss the sex scene, though. That's true. The fucking 10 minutes in
Well,
sex
Agent
scene.
Kale, do you think Jenna 712 is guilty?
Blame the Dreamcast version? That's fair enough. Nah, I think she's fine.
Right. We agree with you. You can go about your business. Oh, do me a favor. Get me a cup of coil. Dying of thirst.
No. Oh, okay, wait. This one's for you, hero. Watching her vibrate violently. Yeah, you got it, Chief. I'm not doing that. Woo! Hell yeah, baby. My box runneth over. Boog, Shamit, Vodem, Grez in the restroom. Okay. But what do I do now? But what do I do now? Alright, let's see. Which one was my office again? I don't actually remember. Was it this one? Nothing interesting. Shut up. I don't believe you. I don't know what to do with this. Nothing interesting. I don't understand. Alright. This guy's an idiot. Alright, first things first, though. Let's clear this out. Jenna's note we don't need. I don't know about the rest. Let's take a look at my personal terminal. Terminal's been deactivated. You motherfuckers. Alright, so what, like, actually, though, but, like, what now? Let's take a look at the map, actually. Okay, fine. I have to be outside to look at the map. There's absolutely no possible way for me to just look at things while being within them. Alright. Alright, so let's see. So, okay. To obtain this medication, just present this prescription at any Kansu pharmacy. Kansu medication for life. Yeah, you got it. But where would that be, though? And where is my apartment? My apartment is straight ahead. There we go. Whee! Okay. Telltale Games said they got inspired by David Cage games to make their Walking Dead game, specifically Heavy Rain. That's upsetting. I didn't mean to do that. That is kind of upsetting to hear, but also not entirely surprising. I missed it a little bit. Whee! I got flattened by a car and just nothing happened. Why did I get hit that time? Not any of the other times I got hit by a car. I am thoroughly confused. Yeah, I know the elevator door panel's to your right, you fucking idiot. Look where they are now. I mean, like, I remember I played a good chunk of the original Walking Dead, and I remember it being pretty good. And, fucking Tales from the Borderlands, I have it, it's still on the list. Made the mistake of doing an Ubisoft. What, making the same game over and over again? Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree What? I don't understand. Take a nap, dumbass. Cyberpunk is getting an auto drive feature in the update tomorrow, so you can be happy, you monster. Well, you know what? I'm happy they finally came to understand that the game sucks otherwise. It's a terrible, trash, poo-poo doo-doo game.
Hello, Agent Kale. Choose your difficulty.
Unless you get auto drive. Alright, Kirst, are you ready to see some fucking gaming, by the way?
Get ready. The fun.
Oof, when I try to do that with my neck, it still hurts. Yeah, come on, come on. Pick a Mishima. Yeah, hold on. Let me try to do a, Oh, I've solved it. I've solved it, ladies and gents. Try to survive long enough for music to really get good. Alright, you got it, hold on.
Hello, Agent Kale. Choose your difficulty level.
I would love to, but you're not letting me.
Get ready.
Get ready. Oh, hell yeah. This isn't the right song you have on your hard drive and it's different? Oh, okay. So it looks like kicks really only work with kicks. That, what? I think it plays elsewhere though. Don't worry, if we never hear it, I'll send it to you. Okay, thanks. Because there's a good chance that we will never hear it. Can also post it. I mean, hey, if it's you know just the audio, then hell yeah. Don't buffer my jumps, you silly son of a bitch. Your ears must go through when it builds character. Where do you want it? Put it in media. Thoughts on the Sagat trailer? Okay. So, we talked about this a little bit, kind of like at the start of the stream. Sagat looks crunchy as fuck. He looks so sick. Like, the animations look so meaty. It's like he's got, I feel like, almost the exact opposite of the issue that I had with Elena. Where Elena's animations feel weird and they don't feel like, or a lot of them don't feel like they do a lot. Yeah, like his punish counters on his big stuff, like he looks dirty as fuck. And all of his specials look like they've got, you know, they do the was it like the super basic like animation tenets of build up. Like at the point where he does he gets like a knockdown into the tiger knee for Oki. I don't remember what I think it might have been. No, I don't remember. But it's something, and then he does tiger knee to close the gap to get Oki off of it. The charge up on his tiger knee makes it look like it would do 40% by itself. Hate his gameplay. He's once again a zoner. They turn to a rushdown because that's what works in Street Fighter 6. They also made all his fireballs have the same speed because of modern controls. Yeah, I mean, so, okay, yeah. The yeah, the modern control situation is really dumb. I agree with that. 'Cause I think putting his low fireball on light, right? His low fireball's on light and then high is on medium and heavy. It makes me question why. But then also, like, it seems like his normals work the way they kind of always have. But then they also gave him some, like, brawler stuff so he can kind of actually play the game once you get in. If Martin didn't exist, they could have just put it on quarter circle back. Yeah. So okay. I want to make sure that I know Sagat's old inputs, because I always thought that high tiger was quarter circle forward punch, low tiger was quarter circle forward kick, and then tiger knee was DP kick, and uppercut was DP punch. Yeah, okay. So that was okay. So in order to make it work for modern, instead of, like, they didn't need to give him Jinrai? Yeah, he had quarter circle backs open for more spec. Right, like, having the weird Jinrai thing on quarter circle back kick would have been fine. And then with modern, like, fuck you, I guess. Like, just don't give him access to one of his specials. Like, don't give him access to low tiger shot or high tiger shot, or don't give him access to the Jinrai thing or tiger knee or whatever. But, like, my issue with modern is pretty much just that. It's whether you play modern or not, I don't care. There are benefits and disadvantages. But the fact that it does kind of neuter new character designs in order for it to then work with modern feels stupid. Feels like an oversight. One of the firewalls can be manual input only, the other shortcut input only. Oh, okay. If that's how it works now with other characters, then yeah, why the fuck not? If they're limiting things despite having the ability to make it work without limiting it, why are they limiting it? Oh, that's how modern JP works? Oh. So, what, between, because he's got Portal, Spike, Fireball, Command Grab. But I don't know, and Amnesia. Swipe and Ghost, yeah. So what, is, like, Ghosts are manual only, because of the strength, too, so that actually makes sense. That's interesting. Okay. So then, yeah, why not just do that? That's so fucking dumb. Like, it makes me think, honestly, part of me legitimately thinks that they purposely, or like, it makes me think that, like, why did they give him Tiger Jinrai when, like, it doesn't make sense. It seems like there were options. It seems like there are a lot of ways to go about that without doing that. Mario's going to be in that game too and probably be even worse. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, modern is going to remain forever. Because of how big Street Fighter 6 is and how much modern controls has to do with why people are willing to buy the game and try it, there's no chance that they go away. Now that they know how to implement it and they have, like, a strategy they can work through of, like, making that work forever, they're going to do it forever. And I legitimately think that Moderns is fucking great for the game. Modern controls should exist for the game. But, like, Modern feels so much more clunkier than motion inputs. You don't get it when it comes to optimal combos. Yes. Obviously, we're biased because we're used to it. We're used to classic. But, like, the idea of swapping between doing classic inputs and doing modern shit during a combo does feel like that. I don't understand how that's easier. Just don't let it impact the rest. Yes, I agree. Only hope is that modern is better designed next time. Fair. I don't disagree. I think the way for them to fix Modern is 100% to limit what a character can do based on strict limitations that Modern has without compromising their design on classic controls, because there should be a risk reward for using Modern. If you get one button reaction supers and easy anti-airs and auto combos and things like that, you should not be allowed to have the full access of a character's kit unless the character is purposely designed simply. But you shouldn't be neutering designs of other characters to make them work for Modern, when I'm pretty sure a majority of people still do use Classic. I could be wrong about that, but like, Modern is an entry point, and people should use it to learn how the game works, but they should be incentivized to want to learn Classic, because that's not, you know, I don't want to preach about, like, you know, the way the game is supposed to be played, because that's not a thing. But like, yeah, they should make it so that there is a legitimate and obvious downside to using Modern, and that downside is that you're not getting your full character. Even if your character is still functional in Modern, there are a lot of things you won't be able to do with it. So if you feel so inclined to want to explore more with your character, you have to learn Classic to do that. And that will also make it so that Classic is, generally speaking, the better competitive option, which makes it more engaging to play and watch. Too many Modern characters are also ass? Yes. The thing with Modern is that the downsides are either non-existent or way too much. And that disparity is a problem, because if you have Modern Marisa, and then you also have, you know, I don't know, fucking Modern DJ, like, I don't know who a good example would be, but like, those two Modern characters do not function the same way. You lose a lot more with one of them than the other, and you don't get a lot of benefit, and yada yada, this and that. Do you find Modern vs. Classic to be a large problem for lower level players that are trying to learn Classic? Yeah. Like, yes, also Viper, yes, 100%. 100% that. But yeah, like, the idea of getting into a game for the first time, right? A game like a fighting game. Getting into the genre for the first time, and you're learning, and you want to be able to play the game. You want to be onboarded in such a way that you can actually pick up the game and enjoy playing it. You pick up Modern controls because it is the controls made to be easy. You play with Modern controls, you learn about the game, you understand how to kind of think about it and how shit works, and you think, wow, this is really cool. I wonder what Classic has to offer. And then you move over to Classic, and it's a completely different game, but not in a way that you're expecting. Right? Like, it's harder, but the inputs aren't hard to learn. It takes practice, especially if you build muscle memory on something like Modern. It takes practice to get used to doing motion inputs or charge inputs or whatever it is. But the idea of having to react to shit and being able to, and like I don't know exactly, but like, playing the game on Modern is a good way to get you started and get you familiar with how the game functions at a basic level, but it's going to completely ruin your capacity to play the game any better than that unless you put like a ridiculous amount of time and effort, because you're not going to have the transferable skills anymore. Like, I'm happy I started playing Street Fighter V because I learned motion inputs and they weren't hard. And I then picked up Street Fighter 6, and I can play the game with no issues now. But if Modern was an option, even if I don't think I would have played it. I don't think I would have played Modern. But like, if Modern was an option in Street Fighter 5, and I did play that, and then I picked up Street Fighter 6 and I played Modern still, I would not enjoy the game as much, because the concept of Modern in Street Fighter 6 does not work very well. Like, it's too polarizing in either direction. You get too much benefit, but it's also too bad. So it's like, it's a weird combination of like, it balances out to being balanced, but not because it's balanced, but because it's so good and so bad at the same time, I guess is how I would put it. Plat is also where Modern falls off in terms of its low-level advantage. Then they kind of hit a bigger wall. Yeah, I agree with that. And that's what I'm kind of trying to say. I'm not saying it very well, I don't think. But like, once you get to a level where the reactions aren't the important part, it's understanding what you're supposed to be doing, Modern isn't going to help you with that. And feeling and like using the crutch of Modern one-button reactions, no matter how far you go in the game, you're going to come up against people who know how to take advantage of it, or who just don't care and are impossible to deal with, and your reactions don't matter anymore. Like, the benefits to Modern, I agree. I'd say Plat is probably a pretty good, like, this is where it stops being enough of an advantage to be worth using situation. But it's like, but they still, I don't know, it's hard for me to formulate exactly my thoughts, because I'm thinking of something and then I'm kind of refuting it in my head, but then I'm refuting that refute, you know, kind of going back and forth in my head a lot. I just feel like Modern is good for beginners, but it shouldn't function at a higher level because it makes it so that the balance around the game doesn't function the way it's supposed to a lot of the times, both with character designs and with character balance. And that is just, that's not very fun. May it only have one set of light, medium, and heavy buttons to make it have less attack buttons than Classic, but because of all the macro options, Modern has more buttons than Classic, which just accomplished the opposite of what they wanted. Yeah. Yeah, like the idea of, you know, Modern, the point of Modern is to make it streamlined and easy for people to get into the game with. And then when they want to actually learn the complicated stuff, they move over to Classic. But now they said, actually, too many people like playing on Modern. Instead of making that the easy bad option, let's just make it another option. But the way they decide to do that is by making it twice as convoluted as just learning Classic controls is. It's weird. I agree with you. It's very weird. Not looking forward to this upcoming Age of 8 12-button fighters. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like, I don't mind having the 8-button setup. I don't mind, because in my head it's like, you know, punch, you know, light, medium, heavy punches and kicks, and then we have a macro for the, like, for one or two skills that you know, in-game techniques or something like that. I don't really have a problem with that if they're used to, like, shortcuts to button inputs. You know, having an eighth button to shortcut for throw, or to shortcut for, you know, drive rush, or to shortcut for run in, you know, whatever games have it. That kind of thing. Like, I don't mind that, because you don't need the 8 buttons to do that. You just need the 6. But when you have a game that's designed with light, medium, heavy, special, tag 1, tag 2, break, you know, and like all this stuff on different inputs, and it requires that many buttons, that's when I agree it starts getting a little, like, not very fun anymore. I don't understand why they went with the hold auto plus button to get other normals instead of just giving it 6 attack buttons. Well, because if they just gave it 6 attack buttons, then it would just be Classic but better, because you can 1-button super. But then it's like, yeah, but like the point is to make it so that they can't do that. It's supposed to be a drawback, so then you take away their normals. So why are you giving them their normals back? Hashtag bring back oh no. Yeah, fair enough. Obviously, some other changes would have to be made if Modern did have access to all 6 buttons, but it can be done. Yeah. I feel like if Modern, the way that Modern should work, let's talk about it like this. The way that I think Modern should work You get your 6 attack buttons. You get your easy specials. You have a damage nerf across the board. And you only have access to whatever 4 specials the game they end up putting in. You do not have access to motion inputs. You do not have access to charge inputs. You do not have access to full damage anything. That is the way to make Modern function in a way that actually makes sense. Because for a lot of people, they misunderstand, but they believe that the hard part about fighting games is learning the inputs. And that's not true, but that's the part that people get scared about. So if you give them a fighting game where you can do your specials and your supers without having to learn the inputs, that would be just as good a way to get people invested and to get people onboarded into the game. But they should not be allowed to take that to the highest level and be just a better version of Classic. That doesn't make sense. Feel you're nearly on the precipice of having to drop fighting games entirely with so many rapid presses and jumping around the controller with the rise of more buttons? Yeah. I get that. Especially for you, Cursive. Yeah, with... Okay. Sorry, I just got very distracted by something that didn't make sense. But yeah, no, for you, Cursive, with your history of issues with your hands and arms, I do not blame you at all for this game being, for fighting games turning into too high APM for you, even for something that's not supposed to be, like Street Fighter. Not supposed to be in quotes, but you know what I mean. Think they did to make Modern seem simpler in a very odd roundabout way. Not having access to all normals was just a side effect of that. Think one-button supers should just not be invincible, period, or at the bare minimum have their startup significantly nerfed. I think that one-button supers is fine as is because, well, for 2 reasons. One, when I think of what I want Modern to be, I want Modern to be a rookie through plat control scheme for people to pick up the game and enjoy it. But you need them to be able to learn how things work. And removing the invincibility from supers kind of defeats the purpose, half the purpose of supers existing. I think what should happen with Modern is that they should have a more significant damage penalty for the advantages that they're getting, and the penalty of not necessarily having access to every special move that the character has. I think that's the best way to do it, because it still lets players learn the game and understand how interactions function, but it limits what they can do in that sense. You know what I mean? Shoot for a 6 medal. Japanese pro players mod their stick for DI so they don't use their pinky for it. True. Repetitive stress injuries. Yeah. Exactly. The fact that is something that you have to worry about because it's something that has happened to you and your video games are causing, causing more trouble. That really sucks. And I wish I would say, well, hey, maybe Modern would be a good choice for you because you can do, play neutral and then let the, semi, whatever. You can do the easy stuff without having to worry about rapidly fiddling your fingers. But Modern is more complicated if you want to actually play the game, which is what we were just talking about. That shit's dumb. This game, the more important use for supers is usually meter dumping and combos, honestly. I mean, true. I don't disagree. But that shifts when you have access to them off of one button. Doing a one button buffer or a one button, DI reaction reversal super is why Modern supers are good. It's what makes them good. You can't DI Modern because they have super and can do it. Getting rid of the invincibility and oh no, I understand that, Joseph. I just think you can do that in Classic. You just have to be quick. And I think removing the idea, the concept of that interaction's existence is not a good way to help players learn how, like, to get them used to interactions. This is why, if there's a reason why StarCraft Pros have limited shelf lives. Yes. StarCraft Pros, okay. Yes, very true. 100%. Yeah, StarCraft is fucked up. StarCraft scares me. Goes directly against how the game is designed. Oh, no, listen, I agree. I don't disagree with you fundamentally, Joseph. Like, I think it is too strong because of what it is. Like, the one-button supers are too strong because of how they're implemented, but I think the reason that they're too strong is because Modern still gets too much. I think if Modern was changed so that a lot of the other stuff that they still have access to is removed, leaving supers as they are for Modern would be fine. Imagine pausing Omikron to talk about a worse game. I know. I feel like a fool, but, you know, it's a conversation that's worth having. But yeah, I think unless Modern gets, like, significant changes to reduce its efficacy, I think that there's no real point in... no, I said that wrong. Unless Modern gets a significant reduction in its efficacy in a way of removing the lack of limitations that it actually has, then I think the only thing to do is cry. I kind of lost my thought. The way I started that sentence, I didn't know how to finish it. I think Street Fighter 6 devs are happy with that direction. They want it like that. I mean, from a viewership perspective... and from a gameplay perspective, Modern, not Modern necessarily, but the way that the game is designed, being overly aggressive, it's a very, 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 very standard esports thing. Where colors and movement and big loud noises draw a lot more attention and cause people to interact with the stream of a game or something like that, than something like, you know, patient neutral and fishing at a casual level, right? When you get to a high level, you can watch, you know, watching two people stand somewhat near each other, occasionally walking around and occasionally pressing a button is fucking awesome, because we as, you know, better players can understand what is actually going on. But if I showed my fucking mom Street Fighter, you know, if I showed my mom Evo Grand Finals, she would look at it and be like, I don't know what's happening, but that guy just did a big thing and that was really cool. But why aren't they playing anymore? They're like walking around. Did something happen? You know what I mean? Like, from a casual perspective, aggressive rushdown and mix-up is a lot more interesting to watch. The problem is that it makes the game suck to play. Because when that's just what everything is, then it's just like, yeah. Just think Modern should be an option for people to still fully play the game, which is why you personally am not a fan of removing options. So, I understand that, Joseph. I think at the same time, the cost of making super significantly weaker. I think the suit, yeah. So I guess what we disagree on is what should be reduced. I guess that's the only thing. That's the only difference. In that, I understand what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. Street Fighter 4 actually got the Street Fighter 6 netcode. Would it actually have a sustainable enough player base? That's a good question. Considering it's insanely popular in Japan, it's hard for anything to change just for the normal player base. Yeah. Mama is my tag is my mentor. Taught me everything I know about nonsense. So true, Hero. Also, Street Fighter 6 releasing as a full and complete package in the era of fighting games being half-ass packages with live services. Yes. You know, the big thing with Street Fighter 6 is that it's an entire goddamn game for once. My mom would be like, dang, Big Bird really just ate that jump and he's so washed. What's up, Pingo? Your mom's a better gamer than the rest of us. Invincible instant supers are really the only problem you have with Modern when it comes to fighting. When it comes to fighting it, instant DPs or whatever, auto combos or whatever. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree. I just think I disagree on the implementation more so than I disagree on the concept. Because I think Modern should be... here's where I think we disagree, Joseph. I think, as you've said, you want it to be an alternative option of controls at all levels, right? Whereas I want Modern to be an onboarding tool as opposed to a secondary option. Now, there are a lot of downsides to that, like people who use Modern due to a physical handicap. You know, they can't play classic controls without extreme amounts of ridiculousness. But Modern allows them to play the game in a much more realistic way. And that is really good, and I want Modern to still work for that. Which is the only downside to the way I'm thinking about it, but you think it can be both, kind of? Okay. I mean, I don't disagree. I think if the player who's playing on Modern, who starts at Rookie, and they play Modern, and they get to Plat, and they realize, you know, I want to get better at this game, but I don't want to learn the motion inputs, and I don't want to swap to classic controls. They should still be able to do so. I'm not saying that they shouldn't, but I think they should be I think that their option to then play the game should have downsides that are actual downsides, where right now they kind of aren't. Chun-Li is one of the most technical characters in Street Fighter 4, and Broly Legs was the best with her using his mouth. I mean, yes, I know. But that's a level of dedication that most people do not have. Like, if I lost my hand tomorrow, if my hand just fell off, I would just not play fighting games anymore. I wouldn't figure out some, like, crazy fucking mechanism or method to, like, make that work. I don't have the mind or the passion or the energy for that. With Modern controls, I could maybe play the game a bit, but, like, with the way that it functions right now, I couldn't. If it was 6 buttons, easy inputs for specials, and just nothing else, that's fine. I can work with that. Be here to give you hand jobs. That's what bros are for. Thanks, Zen. I appreciate that. I appreciate you, brother. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like, I guess to kind of like my closing statement, I don't feel like Modern is a problem. I feel like the implementation of Modern is a problem. And I feel like they didn't have a good idea of what they actually wanted to use it for. So they made it with new players in mind. They came up with the concept with new players in mind, and then actually designed it with higher level players in mind, and didn't bridge the gap between the two. That's what I think. That's how it feels to me. But it also, again, it comes down to actually wanting to learn the game versus just play the game. If you want to just play the game, you can play Modern without learning how it actually works and just, mash auto combos and shit, and that's fine. Power to you. But for the people that pick up the game first and then want to get better at it after, I feel like Modern should still allow for that, but it should require you to have limitations due to the advantages it gives you once you get to that better level. You and your friend were talking about this recently, and you brought up something that is just a tough truth. You physically cannot make something work for every human being on the planet. Very true. That is extremely true. What makes Modern Chun popular? I don't actually know, Pingo. You're probably right, Joseph. I mean, instant level 2, you're probably right. Instant level 2 and a longer shelf life for your wrist. fucking Serenity Stream combos, killing thousands of children a day. But I would believe that. I would definitely believe that. Side note, you want everyone to know that there's a new manga trending, even more than One Piece, called What She Fell On Was the Tip of My Dick. Am I surprised? No. Am I going to look it up later? Maybe. Am I going to violently jork it? Possibly. Have I ever heard of that? No. Do I know why that has become popular? No. Am I surprised after hearing the title? No. And I have a sneaking suspicion that it might not be what I expect. I'm going to be real. I'm going to be very real. I have a sneaking suspicion that it might be more wholesome than I expect. This has happened before with shows like My Dress Up Darling that I thought was just pure, unadulterated horny bait. And it is. But it's actually totally not. It's horny bait because the cosplay is horny bait. But the story is magnifique. And the characters are magnifique. It's a comedy love polygon. Singular polygon. The best that can be done IMO is they can make modern where it has access to most options for people who have issues that legitimately make using classic very difficult. But they will also have to accept that modern still cannot be on the same level as classic. Agreed. I think, yeah, and that's fair. And I'm inclined to agree with you. I just think our implementations of that idea are different. Because I think they should have access to everything that the controls allow for without giving them things that the controls shouldn't allow for. Yeah, the only thing we disagree on, Joseph, is exactly how to implement what those restrictions are. For me, the restrictions should be on damage output and what moves they have access to, being specials. I think it should be 6 button. They should have all 6 of their buttons, and they should have all of the specials that you can assign to up, down, left, and right, or whatever it is. But I think supers should still function the same because that's just a different method of play that you would just need to, get used to, as dumb as it can be. Because I don't want frame data to change between characters playing modern or not. That's my only thing. I don't want the way the game plays to differ between modern and classic on like a mechanical level. I think the 2 new dev leads of Street Fighter 6 want it to be balanced towards totally casuals, even if it hurts the pro scene. Sagat's design proves it. I don't entirely disagree. I think a lot of their balance decisions have not been the smartest, it feels like. But at the same time, I don't entirely agree because Rashid is not a casual friendly character, but it's still not being nerfed. You know what I mean? Rashid's a KOF character. Exactly. Like, I very legitimately think that they are trying to make balanced decisions with casual players in mind more, but I don't think that they are doing it exclusively, because they are also actively ignoring shit that is, like, truly belligerent. KO Variety Stream Classic randomly stopped midway through to talk about some random other shit for an hour or two. Yeah, man. Wednesdays are God's day, in the sense that there is nothing that is required other than having a good time. What specifically happens doesn't matter. Oh no, I'm out of water. Oh gosh. Just chatting streams without the just chatting category? Yeah. Still have that image of Mario and Luigi at the same point burned in my brain. Dude. I do not know what happened that day, but the fact that we actually, the entire stream, I did not play the game is crazy to me. It was like a full, 4-hour stream. And I just did not play the game at all. It's so funny to me. I almost forgot about that. Curious to see how this will affect Street Fighter 6 popularity in the long run. Yeah. I mean, yeah. My thing is, I think the game will do well no matter what, unless they make truly egregious changes. And some of the balance changes that they're making are kind of leaning in that direction, but it's nothing nearly as bad as it could be. Welcome to Knockoff's my tag stream where variety doesn't matter and the screen never moves. It's a talk show, baby. I tricked you all. You remember a few months ago when I said I'm interested in doing a podcast? What I actually meant was this is just going to happen more frequently. Also, I still like the 2 P's in a pod name for the podcast, and I do actually still want to do that. I just need to figure out how that would happen. DSP did a collected box opening stream, ran it for an hour and ended stream without ever actually opening the box. Hey, to be fair, I did play 2.5 hours of this game so far. I have not played this game. This is not Mario and Luigi again. Alright, that was an extreme edge case. Fate of fighting games as a whole is very uncertain right now in terms of the direction they'll go in the future. I agree. Yeah, I think it's it's a tough situation because I want people to enjoy fighting games and I want fighting games to do well, but I don't want them to compromise what they actually are in order to make that happen. An edge case, you say? You damn right, brother. Listen, if there is one consistency on this channel, it is some degree of edging and or gooning happening at all times. Garlo 2 is down to 7 viewers on Twitch. Damn. Yeah, City of Wolves was getting a lot of hype. And when it first came out, people were making content. And people were like, yeah, this game's great, dude. This game is so fun. And then I'd never heard anything about it again, ever. After the first maybe 3 days of that game being out, I have not heard a single peep about it. And it's I don't understand why. I mean, I do understand why. It's because they have fucking, what is it, Messi and in the random DJ guy in that game. Fuck that. That's so dumb. But the fact that those games just ate shit instantly is come on, man. Ronaldo, thank you. It was Ronaldo. At least Ronaldo's top 2, just like in football. There you go. Mike Ross still plays it? Okay. That's good. City Wolves honestly just copied a lot from Street Fighter 6 while being a worse product. True. Zen, I don't follow soccer. So I don't know who the fuck these people are. I think that's a lot of why people aren't playing it. Honestly, that wouldn't surprise me. It's I didn't get the game. I don't know anything about the game. But looking at it, it didn't look the gameplay looked like it might have been fun. I don't really know. But it had the same weird animations and shit that I've never really liked about 3D SNK games. It just doesn't look good to me. Literally visually, it doesn't look good to me. And then everything on top of that about the game just not being a great product is yeah, well, that's unfortunately, like Curse was saying, that's just not surprising. KOF 13, 14, 15 are still really good and fun. I believe you. I totally believe you. I haven't really played them. I played, I fucked around with whichever KOF hero and I got. to try to play on his stream, and that didn't work out very well because GOG didn't have the rollback. But like the game looks amazing. It probably would have been a lot of fun to learn, but they're just changing so many weird, like adding weird mechanics and extra shit, like Tekken with the heat system, and even the drive system in Street Fighter 6. Like, Drive Rush is dumb. Parry and Drive Impact, I think, are kind of fine. They're not necessarily perfectly implemented, but, like, you know. But, like, the addition of random mechanics is not new to fighting games, but, like, it just feels like they're a lot of games are trying to add too much. They're trying to make games system games instead of fighting games, you know? Honestly, think parry is fine now? Oh, yeah. No, I think the way parry works now is honestly great. I think that the change to the perfect parry was perfect. I think that the change to, like, the throw hitbox on parry is great. So, like, it working the way it does now was a good change. And I do legitimately think Drive Impact is good because stun is otherwise gone. So, having it be DIs are one of the least problematic systems. Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, DIs work because they maintain the stun mechanic but they make it, I think, legitimately a lot less frustrating. Because in other, you know, in Street Fighter 5, you got hit with a combo 2.5 times, and then you're stunned because you guessed wrong on a mix-up. But in Street Fighter 6, it's tied directly to a resource that you have to manage, and the opponent's also trying to make make it harder for you to manage it. But, like, it being tied to that, they took the Ed Boon approach of, like, stun is fun, but it sucks when it happens in the middle of a match. However, but they took it and kind of, like, leaned it a little bit back towards the how stun mechanics work side of things, and made it so that you have to land a specific situation to make it happen, but you can make it happen. And that situation is both players' fault. So I think that's pretty good. It's the most cut and dry function in the game. Drive Rush and parry before were nerfed are a lot more problematic. Yes, exactly. Like, the way parry works now, way better. Drive Rush as a mechanic is just not really good. Like, it's fun for combos, but they could have just made the combos function in a way that didn't require it. Otherwise, it is fucking terrible for neutral. Drive Rush is not fun for neutral. I think Drive Rush in combos is great, and if Drive Rush was going to be in the game, but it was only used in combos, that would be fine. I think that would be pretty cool. But there's no way to do that without doing, like, a lot of weird internal logic testing and shit, like, mid-match. Which is, I don't know. But, like, Drive Rush as a mechanic is not good. And every other game is now adding that mechanic instead of the not problem ones. Tried to watch an EWC match for City of Wolves and saw Chris G spamming the same Ganache air normal for the entire set. Yeah, I'm good on that game. Thank you, Fibonacci Ganache. Yeah, doesn't he have, like, a super busted, like, Zangief splash style move or something like that? So meter build's crazy in this game. No one talks about that. Yes. Meter build is extremely fucked up in this game. I agree with that very much. The throw tech change, dumb as fuck. They should not have done that. The throw tech change, making it so that you gain super and drive back from teching, is dumb as hell. That's not a smart way to change it, because it's still not worth it. It's still not worth it to tech. If the situation didn't change, then getting the throw tech on a throw loop situation is still not worth it because the same things will happen if you fuck it up. Throw tech beats throw. It loses to shimmy, it loses to delay, it loses to everything else. It doesn't make sense to say, yeah, but throw teching is better now. Because throw teching isn't better, because it doesn't help with the situation that you're currently in. Just because you gain some meter back does not mean that the situation after the tech is any better. It doesn't make any sense. Think Drive Rush could be fine just overtuned as it is right now? Yes. Agreed. Remember when Daigo said that the person getting tech should be the one rewarded? That was dumb. Daigo's a straight goof for that. Nobody should be getting rewarded for teching throws. Teching a throw should be resetting the situation back to neutral. There should not be advantage from that. That's the thing. There should not be advantage from a tech. It should just happen and be done. The way they've handled in big fat quotes throw loops is so bizarre. Yeah, I agree. I swear I've had times where I lost a round and said, okay, at least my opponent used level 3, and then they build it back by the end of the next round. Yes, exactly, Pingo. You guys will hear me say when I am playing, like, you know, I'm gonna lose this round anyways, so at least I made him use the level 3 or something like that, and then it doesn't matter because they get a level 3 or 2 fucking level 2s in the same match, and it's like, why? I just don't understand. Instead of just getting rid of them universally, they got rid of them for just a couple characters and did the tech meter build thing as a very poorly fitting band-aid for everyone else. Yeah. Okay. We talked about this when these changes were being made, but I want to make sure that we're all on the same page here. Do we agree that throw looping should only function on punish counter? Yes or no? If you throw a parry, you get to remain in range to get another throw. It's a strike throw mix. If you land a throw otherwise, it is not a strike throw mix. You do not get to throw. That is the only change. Otherwise, you know, if they tech it, nothing extra happens. Resets to neutral. You know, the fucking whatever. But you only get a throw loop off of punish counter. Everybody agrees. Because that would be a reward for calling out a wake up parry. You also get on block drive reversal too. Exactly. If you make the correct read and go for the correct punish, you get rewarded. That is how it's supposed to work. You should not be getting rewarded for doing nothing. You should not be getting rewarded for doing the same thing 20 times. And you should not be getting rewarded for doing something wrong. If you do something wrong, you should be punished. If you do something right, you should be rewarded. If you do something that is even, then the situation should break out evenly. That is what risk-reward means. And the fact that that is not how it currently works is baffling. At this point, I'd be happy with the cast could only throw a loop out of Drive Rush. Yeah, that would also be fine. If you want to get a true throw loop, you need to either get a punish counter or use meter to get a Drive Rush for it. I would be fine with that too. Because I will gladly take 7 throws and then have them in burnout with nothing they can do. Because I can then win the game from there because the rest of the game isn't designed all that well. It's got too much damage. If you do that, you deserve for me to kill you after. And that's fine. I will take those throws. I won't. I'll tech every time because I'm a freak and I don't mean to do it most of the time. It just happens. But, like, that's the whole idea, you know. We'll also reduce the mental stack when there's no drive. Yes. You don't have to worry about it as much. The mental stack is the real demon in this game. I love drive reversal and Rashid's charge spin only get blocked and thrown away. Yeah, right? That shit's awesome. I love just charging a fucking fireball from full screen, throwing it, doing light mixer, and then you mistime your drive reversal by 2 frames, and then I get a full punish counter medium starter. That's my favorite. I get an almost max damage combo off of that because the amount of meter I built from getting all of those hits on block. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, no, shit's dumb. But like, only get a throw loop, a meterless throw loop on punish counter. Otherwise, you have to spend meter on the throw. And if we leave drive rush, like drive rush canceling the same way it does in neutral, then that means you get 1 drive rush cancel and a maximum of 3 throw loops after. 1 drive rush cancel combo to get him in the corner, 3 throw loops after that, and then you are burning yourself out. I can live with that. I think that's, we'll say 4 because you'll build some back in between. But like, that is so much better than what we have right now. And that's fucked up to say because that's still not good. Get rid of true throw loops outside of punish counter throw. Expand hurt box on drive rush. Make drive reversal better and rework modern. Boom, Street Fighter 6, amazing game. True. I think, okay, drive reversal is actually kind of an interesting little nugget to me because I don't know how to make it better without making it unfun. I think having it be -5 maybe instead of -6. Require everyone to only get a light punish on it. I can live with that. Or something like that. But, yeah. Yeah, making it -5 or -4. Probably -5 just to be safe. But, like, but think Street Fighter 6 might need a burst mechanic if they refuse to change offense. Honestly, that's fair. I think a burst or, like, because a burst is just a mid-combo fuck off, right? It's literally, it's like a drive burst that burns you out, but you can get out of getting exploded. That's fair. Actually, that's an interesting idea. So, like, using all of your meter to just end the combo. Interesting. And then it resets to neutral, and you're still in a negative situation there because you're burnt out. Interesting. Oh, you said that before, Inferno? Hell yeah. You and Cursive on the same wavelength. Needs to be slightly faster as well. Don't know by exactly how much. Yeah, I don't really know the frames of drive reversal of like what it really can punish and not. But I do agree there are some situations that that drive reversal can't punish that I feel like it should. Don't think it should lose to certain meaties that DPs don't. That's fair. I feel like my problem with drive reversal is that it is the DP for characters that don't have one. So part of me wants to say it should work similarly. But then at that point, why use it if you have a DP instead? You know? I don't know. But there also needs to be counterplay. So, like, Also, you have to remember, it also doesn't do true damage, only gray health, and you can't even kill with it. That's true. That's a fair point, actually. Yeah. I don't know. Drive reversal is a tough one for me. I don't really have a good idea of how I would change it outside of the punishable by lights. But, like, meaty jab is fine, but mediums, heavy shouldn't be able to recover in time to block the drive reversal. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so that's fair. So, not sure what the timing change would be for that, but if that's what we mean, then yeah, that makes sense to me. Like, if you can beat Ed's DP, you can beat drive reversal. Otherwise, no. I also gotta turn a light on. I kind of don't want to, but my eyes are starting to hurt. But yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense to me. If I do, drive rush medium punch with Rashid, I don't know why I would ever do that, but like on like a medium punch, I shouldn't be able to do that and get away with it for free when you have that option, yeah, that makes sense. I'm with you. I don't know if it's still a thing, but last season Cammy could do meaty crouch, heavy punch, and recover to block drive reversal. Jesus. Yeah, that's too much. And it might be like characters need their frame data changed. Because, like, Cammy's got fast buttons. And that shit's just dumb. Like, that should not work. A meaty crouch, heavy punch in time to block drive reversal is not okay. Her main meaty and combo starter and or block string starter should not also beat reversal options. They did it correctly in Street Fighter V, so I don't understand why they messed up here. I don't know either. I mean, I'm assuming it's just because they wanted to do something different, but they didn't, like, think about it very hard, maybe, is the way to put it. Because I was thinking, like, if they add, V-Shift, like, they added, were V-Reversal safe? I mean, okay, actually, honestly, maybe that's the move. With how aggressive the offense is in this game and how, like, disgusting the corner pressure is, maybe having it be truly safe but leave you, like, minus and not in a much better position, maybe that's not a bad idea. V-Reversal was vulnerable to throws. Oh. And then V-Shift, you had to, like, commit to the hit, right? So you could V-Shift and just move, or you could V-Shift and then do the reversal hit to knock them back or do whatever it was. And then V-Reversal was just like a get the fuck off me. Interesting. I didn't fuck around with those very much. Like, I never really used them. So I don't remember much about it. But that does sound right now that you say it. I have to pee. Hold on. Okay. V-Shift only triggered the slow motion if it actively evaded a move, otherwise it was very unsafe. Ah, okay. You also couldn't do them as often as you can do reversals in Street Fighter 6, which is another important factor. True. Doing V-Reversal in Street Fighter 5 more than once almost guaranteed you weren't going to get V-Trigger that round? Yeah. So that's a good point, Joseph. I didn't really think about it like that, but the way that they functioned in 5, the resource they were tied to was a lot more limited. So that's true. So I mean, that's kind of the problem with it, is you don't want them to be too good because of how accessible they are, but at the same time, the resource that you're using for it in Street Fighter 6 is a lot more prevalent than it is in 5. Like, obviously, V-triggers were good. You wanted to get your V-trigger if it was an option. But, like, you could still do everything else without it. You could still use EX moves. You could super. You could whatever. But in Street Fighter 6, all of it's tied to one resource aside from supers. So you don't necessarily, like, that's a drawback in and of itself, more so than I think they were in 5. do have to be careful with this because imagine Guile or JP. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think we want to make it too good or too bad, but we want to make sure that it's like, we want to make sure that it's functional but not overbearing. But we want to make it worth the resources you're spending, but not so much so that there's no point in not using it. I don't know. It's a weird thing. I think Punished by Lights is a good place to start, because it's the safer option compared to something like a DP. Because if you do an invincible reversal, you get hit with everything under the fucking sun. But I think Punished by Lights instead of mediums works because the damage in this game is still so fucking huge. So you can just kind of like, I feel like you can probably, make it Punished by Light, because you can then decide how much you want to cash out for it. And a lot of characters will still get a good situation off lights, not as good as mediums. And you just need to compensate by the drive reversal doing, gray health instead of damage, and resetting a situation instead of giving you Oki or anything like that. I think that would be a good kind of compromise. Fine with drive reversal still being definitively worse than the XDPs. They just need to not be as rough to use there. Now, yeah. I think they need to serve a different defensive purpose. That's the thing. Being able to use them outside of, being able to use them during a block string is great. And being able to do them on Wake Up is great for characters that didn't have a reversal before. But I just don't want it to turn into something silly. Final drive reversal still being definitively worse. Oh, wait, yeah, okay. It's fine. Hunter x Hunter will save the FGC. You damn right it will, brother. You damn fucking right. Although, I will say, I am extremely hungry. They need to patch the netcode. It's already cooked. Oh, no. Is it really? They already borked it? That's such a shame. Now, let me turn this down. Why does this game have such weird audio leveling? But that is such a shame. Talk about Street Fighter balances energy costing. Indeed, it really is. And also, oh yeah, Cursive, you weren't here when I said it. I woke up at 4 p.m. today after getting almost no sleep for the past few days prior. So I've only been up for a few hours, and I've not eaten anything since last night. So I've gone... This is going to be maybe 20 hours without eating. And I had some saltines earlier, but yeah, I'm gonna go get some. I'm gonna go get some food. So we're gonna call it here for Omikron. Thank you, Omikron, for your. Nope, do not. God damn it! Do that. I'm an angered. Shove somebody down your throat. That's the plan. I'm gonna be violent with it. Just you wait. I'm gonna be violent. I also need to shower, but I need to eat first.
Ooh, yummy, yummy.
So let's see. Who is live right now? We've got
yummy,
Fida. We've got, hold on, let's pull this over. We've got Fida, we've got Maeve, we've got Griff, Hiralaha, Ghost Girl Blues. Honestly, it's been a minute since we rated Ghost Girl, I think. Let's send us over there. Oh yeah, baby, it's void time. Alright, we're gonna raid Ghost Girl. All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for hanging out with me today. I'm happy that this game wasn't as atrocious as I was expecting. Obviously, that will change next time when I play more of it. But we will see what happens then. For now, Yes, I know it will, and I'm excited for it. Make sure to follow all the friends of the stream who also stream. Make sure to go say hi to Ghost Girl for me. I really so very badly need to get some food. Is she making a level? Alright, that's cool as fuck. Alright, I love you all. I appreciate you all. I'll see you on Monday. I hope I'll be around during the weekend, but probably not because of my stupid fucking work situation. But I'll see you all when I see you. Until next time, peace out, everybody.
Oh, Luke Strange. Don't say something like that. It's embarrassing.
There's no such thing as too fast.
Tim Wet. Tim Wet. Winding upper. Winding uppercut. Going all in, baby. I was trying to bait it. Have you played with my cock before? If I have, I don't remember. Tim West. Yes, let's go. Ooh, woo. Tim Wet. Ooh, woo.
If I can't lick the Colonel's fingers, I'm deleting my Twitch account. That's the plan. If at some point somebody's fingers, ideally the Colonel's, but somebody's fingers are not licked, this stream is over. Forever.
Figured it out. The truth is, I don't like playing games. I only like winning. So I cheat as often as I can, in as many ways as I can, guarantee that I win. Trying to fuck on me, man. He's trying to fuck on me real bad. Seriously? You brought a boy?